I think we're just waiting for Lancs TV viewers to join us actually in the next few moments. Coverage of this right across BBC Radio Lancashire's FM frequencies. We'll bring you ball-by-ball commentary of Lancashire Lightning throughout the course of the T20 Blast, home and away, following Lancashire's story, hopefully to another finals day, at least qualification from the group. And then the knockout stages, I guess it's a bit of a lottery. And as ever, I'll point you in the direction of the BBC Sport website and app, which brings you ball-by-ball coverage of Lancashire as well through the course of the campaign. Indeed 4-day cricket, which is not too far away from returning. It always seems a bit odd. You just get into the blast season, you get going with white ball cricket, and you start the T20 and everything that brings, and then all of a sudden you switch back to 4-day cricket in a couple of weeks. We've got back-to-back 4-day games coming up, but all seems a little bit strange. But yeah, BBC Sport website and app for ball-by-ball coverage of every Lancashire game. Victory for Thunder a little earlier on, and we're also going to hear a little bit of a message from Sir Clive Lloyd. It's a lovely recording that Sir Clive has given to the media after his ratification as president, and we'll hear from that before we start at 6:30 as well. So yeah, just about 10 minutes away from the start here. A very warm welcome to our viewers across Lancs TV as well for this fixture. Delighted that Kate Cross is alongside me. What are you wearing there, Kate? What have you got on your head?
I've got a crown on.
Of course you have, and rightly so.
Crown.
You are the queen of Old Trafford.
Fielding.
Ah,
it's the Fielding crown.
It's the Fielding crown.
Yeah.
This is not the one that you mentioned the other day, is it? Where you get a medal for player of the match. This is
That's the GOAT medal.
That's the GOAT medal.
So we have 3 awards to hand out at the end of the game. We've got the Fielding crown.
Yeah.
We've got the GOAT medal, which went to Hannah Jones today.
Okay.
Meg Lanning presented it to Hannah Jones, which was a really lovely moment. And then we have the Idiot of the Day.
Right. Okay.
Not named that, but
you're not naming that.
It's not named the Idiot of the Day. It's named a different something of the day.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. You're there.
Are you able to reveal who that is, or do you want to keep that secret? Is that one just for the dressing room?
Yeah, no, I can tell that one. This story today. It was our analyst Jacob today. He walked into the glass doors outside the dressing room. The door was open and he walked into the glass bit.
Is he okay?
Before
I laugh too much.
He's
okay,
fine.
excellent.
He's good.
Very good.
He's got a fluorescent yellow jacket on now.
Right. So he's the silly person of the day.
Yep.
You're Fielding of the day.
Fielder of the day.
Fielder of the day. Hence your inflatable gold crown.
Yeah, it's just quite hard to get the headset on above it. Actually,
it is. But
we're in.
But you need to keep it on.
You have to. It's the rules.
Is that the rules?
If you're travelling home from an away game, you have to wear it the entire journey. So any service station stops, you really got to keep it on for 24 hours.
Congratulations on the win, Kate.
Thank you.
Is that nice to get up and running?
Yeah, it was good. It felt like a good win as well. It wasn't a scratchy find a way of winning. It felt like we were probably the better team on the day, and obviously a great partnership between Eve Jones and Meg Lanning, who what a signing she's been for us so far. 3 games in, and she really does show that difference between international cricket and county cricket, doesn't she? She's a step above the rest, but she's been a brilliant addition to our team, and I think just quite a bit of relief in the dressing room to get that win on the board. I know it's only the 3rd game of the competition, but it felt like we probably had a bit of we brought a bit of the 50 over cricket into the T20 Blast, so it was quite nice to sing the team song today. Excellent,
good to hear. And well, I mean, I spoke to Meg afterwards, and she said these things can you can soon get yourself on a run, can't you? It's the nature of the format, isn't it, I guess?
Absolutely, and we have played the 2 toughest teams, and Chris Reed has said to us, if we want to win this trophy, we will have to beat one of those teams at some point, probably, hopefully in a finals day, but we've come up against the 2 best teams in the first 2 games and still played good cricket for 80% of our game against them, just fell on the wrong side of the result. So I think get on that winning streak now, hopefully, and get a bit of confidence back into the dressing room.
I'm really struggling with you.
Yeah, you are, aren't you? Look forwards and then you don't have to look at me.
Okay, yeah, I'll look that way and not that way. No, definitely. It's Essex next, isn't it, in a couple of days?
Yeah, we're at Chelmsford on Sunday, so a big travel day tomorrow, but again, that bus journey down will just be a hell of a lot nicer now that we've got a little win under the belt.
Good stuff. We're about 8 minutes away from the start of this this game here. So I'll run through all the sides. Just a reminder for you that Lancashire Lightning have won the toss and have elected to bat, and Liam Livingstone returns for Lightning for this fixture. Where do you think he's going to bat? 3? Open the batting or bat at 3?
I think we had this discussion about Meg Lanning actually, but your best and most destructive players probably need to face as many balls as possible. He hasn't done a great deal of opening for Lancashire though, has he? And I think, you know, Keaton and Mike Jones. I know Mike Jones didn't have a great day out here on, when did we play? Monday.
Monday, yeah, it was.
But yeah, I think Liam Livingstone is obviously such a destructive late order batter, and that you probably want to get him. It doesn't matter whether he's in the power play or not, to be honest, because he clears the boundaries regardless. But he's just, again, another asset to add to the dressing room, isn't it? Especially, you know, it feels like it might have been a last-minute decision that he's part of the group. I certainly didn't see a squad list that saw that he was part of it. So it's great to have him back, and especially on what is still a really good pitch out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, more on that to come in a few moments' time, so we're not too far away from the start here. So Lancashire batting first, Livingston players. I'll run through both sets of sides for you in a moment or two. Before we do that, let's hear from Sir Clive Lloyd, shall we? Because on Monday, at the AGM on Monday, Sir Clive, one of Lancashire's most decorated and celebrated players, was officially ratified as president during the annual general meeting on Monday. And here are a few of his thoughts.
To the members, supporters, and people of Lancashire, it is great to be made president of this wonderful club, and one I do not take lightly. When I first arrived here, I had no idea what lay ahead. What began as a chance to play cricket became something I never expected. It became home. The best years of my cricketing life were spent wearing the red rose.
And that could be it, it is. And what a great 100 this is from Clive Lloyd.
We won trophies and made memories I will always carry.
This push it is taking a single to Lloyd. And this must be out. Just look at that.
But trophies only tell part of the story. What made Lancashire truly special was the people. You embraced me not just as a cricketer, but as one of your own. The friendships and connections I have built here have never faded, and I know they never will. My promise is simple. Cricket comes first. It is my great hope that we return to Division 1 of the County Championship, and that our women's team continues to grow into one of the most formidable sides in the country. Across both men and women's cricket, we must be ambitious and we must be bold. What excites me most is what lies ahead. The next generation carrying the red rose with the same pride as those before them. The future is ours to shape together. Lancashire will always hold a special place in my heart. We are the red rose together.
Sir Clive Lloyd, who was officially ratified as Lancashire's president at the annual general meeting on Monday. Lovely to hear some words from Sir Clive, and some brilliant images to go along with it as well, including that memorable 126 he scored against Warwickshire in the 1972 Gillette Cup final at Lord's. But a one-day campaign with Lancashire littered with success. 12,000 runs for the club and multiple one-day titles as well. So Sir Clive there on what it means to be president of Lancashire County Cricket Club. Kate Cross is alongside me. That was lovely, that wasn't it?
It was really lovely. I watched that video last night actually, and I'm not all that embarrassed to say it choked me up a little bit. I think obviously there's been a little bit of Disruption is fair to say at the club recently, but it feels like hopefully now we can move in the right direction with someone who knows what the club means to a lot of the members, and hopefully, you know, we can also win some games, because that's what fans want and that's what creates a successful club. So yeah, it was really nice to watch. I really enjoyed it.
Matthew Hurst, Keaton Jennings heading out to open the batting for Lancashire Lightning. Let me just recap those two teams for you again if you missed them earlier, just joining our coverage. Lancashire go with Jennings and Hurst to open the batting. We're expecting Liam Livingston to come and bat at 3, then Ben McDermott, Joe Moores, Chris Green, Harry Singh, George Balderson, Tom Hartley, Tom Aspinwall and Saqib Mahmood. As for the Leicestershire Foxes, it is Stephen Escanati, Rishi Patel, Nick Kelly, Ashton Turner, who played for Lancashire last season, Ben Cox, Ben Green, Ben Mike, all the Bens together, Liam Travaskis, Saul Budinger and Josh Davey, but not necessarily in that order. I think Budinger probably batted 3, I would have thought. But that's how the Foxes are lining up. Spin to start with, and here's a man that's had quite a bit of success, both for Leicestershire and indeed for Durham when he played here in T20 cricket, Liam Travaskis. Any surprise he start with spin, Kate Cross?
No, I'm probably not surprised. We've obviously, you know, it's a used pitch. We've seen a lot of teams try and sneak that first over, haven't we? And we actually saw Linda do a really good job of it the other night, last Monday. So yeah, the pitch probably will turn as the innings and the game goes on. We didn't get much of it in our game, but it definitely felt drier and a little bit slower. So no surprises that they've opted to open with some spin.
We're in the shades, and why not? Liam Travaskis. So we're just a few seconds away then from the start of this fixture. Keaton Jennings on strike, and Travaskis for the Leicestershire Foxes from the Brian Statham end to Jennings, and that's turned out towards the leg side for a single. And Lancashire Lightning are up and running. I like that. Nice round of applause for the first run. Just a little clip to square leg, big round of applause.
It's always very polite, isn't it? Very polite for the first run of the day.
Yes, it might bubble up as the evening goes on.
I like that they've moved Matty Hurst to the top of the order, actually. Obviously no Mike Jones today, but I feel like he had a really good innings the other night, Monday night, didn't he? And let him continue that success.
He's on strike now. Just dropped in towards the onside. Jogs through for a single. Yeah, he got 57 on Monday, and well, I suppose this is what the format can do, isn't it, Kate? Because he's had a few struggles in the Championship for runs, Matthew Hurst, but T20 blast can come and free you all up.
Yeah, your decision making is taken completely out of your hand in T20 cricket.
Travaskis to Jennings, again just nudged into the onside for 1-3 without loss.
And that can free you up, I think, from a batting point of view, especially, you know, Championship cricket and 50 over cricket. It's all about, there's a lot of decision making, and you know, you risk obviously as a batter is playing at the ball more often than not. So I think in T20 cricket, you know that decision is taken out of your hands.
Hurst back on strike, Travaskis in and balls, and that's defended and into the offside, no run.
And he's an aggressive batter by nature, isn't he? You know, this is how he fell into the scene, and he made his white ball debut and then kind of fit into red ball cricket after that.
He bends his knees as he waits for Travaskis, and he's gone for a big hit, and he takes a leading edge, and he's caught down at short third man, and Hurst has to depart. The fickle nature of T20 cricket, 50 a few days ago and out for 1 a few days later. Lancashire Lightning 3 for 1 in the first. Travaskis strikes, and Rishi Patel with a catch at short third.
Yeah, I was just working out who caught that. It was a good catch in the end. They had a kind of like a fly gully, didn't they? And then they've got the man Rishi Patel on the ring, and when the ball comes off the leading edge, you're never quite sure which way it's going to go. But with that wicket, Liam Livingston is making his way out to the crease. He's matched his shoes to his kit this year, and I'm sure every Lancashire fan will be delighted that Liam Livingston is back from the IPL, and he's out there with the captain Keaton Jennings.
I noticed that Chris Green has matched his shoes to the kit as well this year, hasn't he?
I've noticed that Chris Green does that everywhere he goes, so I would love to know A, what his boot deal is, but B, how many pairs of boots has he got? Because when he played in the PSL, he had some green shoes on.
And I thought he might have had green shoes last year for Lancashire.
I think you might be right.
But he must have a good selection.
And now it matches the kit in a way, if he had the green shoes. So yeah, there's options, isn't there?
There's options there for him. Livingston's on strike, as Kate mentioned, back from IPL duty. He's not featured much. It's pushed away by Livingston through mid-off, and he gets his first run back in Lancashire colours. In fact, he keeps a strike as well. Nicks the single. End of the over, 4 for 1. Jennings on 2 and Livingston on 1. It's amazing how this team will actually evolve, isn't it, over the course of the next few weeks, because I mean Liam's back now, there's 1 or 2 other of the IPL lads that are not too far away. I mean it will just kind of change a little bit as the group campaign goes on.
Yeah, and I just think how quickly that even the squad has changed. You know, Rocky Flintoff, Charlie Barnard, Tom Bailey were in this squad that, you know, no Coughlin, no Blatherwick, based on the injury that he had, his hamstring injury that he picked up on Monday. So it's an ever-evolving tournament, the T20 Blast, and good teams have got that depth that are able to call on it when they need it.
Be Josh Davey from the Anderson end with Livingston on strike. And Livingston easing into this and just pushing it out towards the offside for no run. 4 for 1. Yeah, Rocky Flintoff in the squad today. There's some young lads about. I mean, I wanted to ask you. So, I wanted to ask you because on Monday you kind of revealed that you're referred to as Auntie Kate in the dressing room, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's your nickname, yeah? Is that right?
Yep.
Our Auntie Kate. Well, 4 for 1 in the second as Livingston's on strike and Davey is in and bowling, and that's driven, and he's got it through the gap. Not much of a gap, mind you, but he's managed to find a way through it, and it runs away towards deep backward point for 4, and Lancashire Lightning move on to 8 for 1.
Yeah, I would say that's not too bad a delivery, but with the field that Davey has got, you have to pitch the ball, you have to pull your length back, he's got a deep square leg and a deep mid-wicket, so anything full that Livingston or Jennings are able to drive is just simple runs once it's out of the ring. So a good start for Liam Livingston. Josh Davey just needs to pull his length back a little bit.
First boundary, 8 for 1 in the second. Here's Davey in from the Anderson end again, with Livingston allowing that one to go through to the keeper. Love that. Nice little leave outside off stump. Happy days. 8 for 1 halfway through the second. So there's a 16-year-old making her debut for Thunder today.
Yeah.
That's not right.
She wasn't born when I debuted, was she? Is it one of those?
Actually, that's a very good question. I should have looked that up. What do you reckon? 16 years ago? What were you doing? 16?
This is my 23rd year for Lancashire.
That's not. Yeah.
Maybe I'll be grandma to her.
But that was going to be my question. 8 for 1. Livingston's on strike. Davies in and bowls. Looks to try and pull it. Has he nicked it through to the keeper? Well, they're convinced that he has, or at least maybe just trying to convince the umpire that he has. Josh Davey, with a smile on his face as he heads back past the umpire.
They were convinced, weren't they? Everyone's heard something. Liam Livingston stood his ground straight away, but that's the length that Josh Davey needs to hit on this pitch, especially with those two fielders out on the leg side.
Yeah, it's a big appeal, wasn't it?
That's probably one of those that if you're in a TV game and it gets sent upstairs, then you're just praying that it doesn't, because you've got a little nick on it. Yeah. Liam Livingston survives.
You need the old snicko, wouldn't it, to ultra edge, isn't it?
Hot spot.
That's the one. Yeah, hot spot. That revealed a few things. As Davey bowls, that's a lovely shot. Wow. And Livingston creams that away through extra cover for 4. 12 for 1. Livingston moves to 9.
That's just insult to injury from the bowler's point of view. He thinks he's got the big wicket, the ball before, and then just over pitched slightly again, but a beautiful cricket shot from Liam Livingston. I think that's an area of his game that he's actually really developed over the last couple of years. He's not just all power now, he's still got that beautiful flow of the bat that allows him to play just good, strong cricket shots.
Moves on to 9 from 6 deliveries. Second boundary of the over. Final ball of the second over. Davey to Livingston. Oh, goodness. Well, that's absolutely beautiful as well. Lovely straight drive from Livingston to end the over. He's played a lovely, he's left one, which I loved, and then he's hit 3 boundaries in the over as well, at 16 for 1.
Yeah, he's the kind of batter that he knows he faces a few dot balls early. If he leaves a couple in a T20 power play, it's not a problem, because his strike rate is never, ever going to be the issue. Davey just couldn't quite find the length. The only length that he got right was the one that was the potential wicket ball. So bit of learnings there for the Leicester Foxes.
So Venus Wirapulu, 16-year-old leg spinner debut. That is some achievement, isn't it? As Travaskis is into Jennings, because on the reverse, can't get it past the infield, there's no run. What a moment for her and her family.
How exciting. I know her dad's been a huge part of her cricket career. He's a cricket coach by, well, I think he's a stay-at-home dad so that he can throw balls at Venus, basically. But, yeah, what an amazing day for them to make their debut here at Old Trafford.
Travaskis bowls again. Oh, that's a terrific reverse sweep from Jennings, up and over the infield and out towards the boundary for 4. Jennings gets his first boundary of the evening, 20 for 1.
Oh, it's brilliant from Jennings. It's actually a ball that's outside of his leg stump, and he's managed to create the angle, and he realised the ball before that the conventional reverse sweep wasn't going to work, so he's gone switch it and got it over the infield.
Takes him to 6, 20 for 1. Travaskis flatter and quicker, and Jennings swings, and the ball sneaks through into the gloves of the wicket-keeper.
But I can't imagine as a 16-year-old what it must be like making your debut when you've got Meg Lanning playing in the same team as you as well. It must have been such a brilliant day for her. She didn't stop smiling, to be fair to her.
And a wicket as well to cap off the debut. Travaskis in again, fizzed in flat and quick to Jennings. Played out into the onside for no run. And Phoebe was telling me that she's last season spent a bit of time when Alana King was here, but working with Alana King. So again, that must have been a brilliant experience for her. Jennings works it out through the leg side for 1, moves to 7, 21 for 1.
It goes to show how far the women's game has moved in such a short space of time as well, doesn't it? That, you know, 16-year-old making the debut at the standard of cricket that we play now, but the fact that we've been able to entice the likes of Meg Lanning and Alana King to come and play for us, it does go to show the standard of the tournaments over here now.
Travaskis, final ball of the 3rd over. Play back to him by Livingston, and there's no run. 3 overs gone, 21 for 1. Jennings on 7, Livingston on 13. We spent the last couple of months talking about players that weren't born when Jimmy Anderson made his debut. So now you're in that category now, aren't you?
It doesn't feel like I should be in that category though.
But you are, Kate.
But he's in his 40s and I'm not. I mean, he is actually old, isn't he? Whereas he's old for a professional sports person, whereas I'm probably coming towards the end. So it feels fair that gets called Grandad. It doesn't feel quite fair that I'm Grandma.
No, you're not actually. You're not.
No, I'm still auntie.
You're still auntie.
I'm still auntie.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I think, auntie can almost apply to almost any age, can't he?
Great. Aunties are great, aren't they? They tell you off when you do things wrong, but they have some fun with you. They probably sneak you into the pubs.
Yeah. Don't be sneaking.
Not that I'll be sneaking Venus in. No, absolutely
don't be
not.
doing that.
None of that. That's why it's called Idiot of the Day now. We can't use the proper terms because Venus is in the dressing room now.
So you're okay, yeah. More polite description. 21 for 1, so 3 overs gone, and it will be Ian Holland for the Foxes. Bowls it short and wide and carved away by Jennings. Might not have the legs to reach the rope. We'll find out. It's heading towards the boundary rope, but it's Ben Mike that does catch up with it. Jennings comes back for 2. So he moves to 9, 23 for 1.
They've just not, the seam has just not quite got the line and length just yet. That was probably a better length to bowl from Holland, but again, the line's just a little bit off. He needs to be tucking that ball into Keaton Jennings' middle and leg stump.
Holland over the wicket to Jennings, who steps across the stumps. Ball actually slides down past his leg stump, but he's gone so far across there, as Keaton Jennings. Trying to see if he can clear Rishi Patel, who's a short, fine leg. There's a short 3rd in field as well, and then there's backward point, cover, extra cover, and a mid-off. And where are 2 boundary fielders? Well, they're at deep square leg and fine leg?
Deep mid-wicket.
Thank you, deep mid-wicket. Holland in, balls to Jennings. It's out towards that man at deep mid-wicket. Doesn't reach him. It's Travaskis. Comes up from the boundary. Single for Jennings. He moves on to 10 and scored to 24 for 1. It's an absolutely glorious night, it really is. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a breeze out there actually. You can see the flagpoles just going on the top of the pavilion towards the new Hilton, and that is the shorter boundary tonight as well. So you've kind of probably got to be a little bit aware of that. It's a strong enough breeze that you'd probably be thinking about it from a bowling unit point of view.
Holland to Livingston. Just nudges that one up towards mid-on for a single. Livingston moves to 14. 25 for one. And I quite like this new area that's been created. I say it's not. I mean, it's not a new area as such. I mean, it's just that it's the gap where the stage goes and the temporary stand would go. But they've kind of created that little picnic area away to our left-hand side. There's lots of wooden benches and then some high chairs and tables, and behind that, food and drink outlet. It's Holland's in and bowls Jennings. Went for the big swing and the ball clatters into his stumps, and Jennings departs for 10, and Lancashire Lightning lose their second wickets. They're 25 for 2 in the 4th over.
Really good from Ian Holland. It was a really good length ball, and having those two fielders out on the leg side has just encouraged Keaton Jennings to go across the line of the ball, which he's normally very, very good at doing. Unfortunately not able to do what he did on Monday tonight. But that brings Ben McDermott to the crease, who again, he had a slow start on Monday, didn't he? We were conscious of his strike rate for his first 12, 15 balls, and then he quickly got himself up to 15 afterwards, to 50 afterwards, sorry. This could be a very, very important partnership for the Lancashire Lightning.
To the middle stump of Keaton Jennings.
The one thing we did pick up from the game that we played in earlier was the Sir James Anderson end again. There was just a bit of variable bounce. There was a couple of balls that went quite low, that kept quite low. And I wonder if that length that Holland just bowled there just skidded on a little bit and maybe surprised Keaton Jennings that it was stump height in the end.
He's a canny bowler, isn't he, Ian Holland? Very, very experienced T20 player, so I guess he would kind of pick up the pitch pretty quickly as to what is required. McDermott on strike then. Final ball of the 4th over, 25 for 2. And that's dropped away into the offside, and there's no run. That's the end of the over, 4 gone, 25 for 2. It was extraordinary on Monday, because was he something like 10 not out from 13 balls, something like that, and then he finishes on 63 not out from 27. Ben McDermott, the acceleration was absolutely extraordinary.
It was almost it wasn't that he hadn't decided to try and score runs, but he just couldn't time anything, and then if you remember, he managed to get a full toss out over the extra cover boundary, and that felt like it got him going, and after that he was able to find the middle of the bat. But again, that's what in men's T20 cricket, you know that there's the strike rate, if you stay in for 20 balls, is never going to be the problem. It's just making sure that you're out there for long enough to be able to capitalise.
Over number 5, Liam Travaskis. His spin from this Statham end, clipped up towards mid-on, and Livingston goes darting through for 1, so he moves on to 15, 26 for 2 as we start the 5th over. And Ben McDermott on strike.
They had a tough night, the Foxes, didn't they, on Wednesday against Derbyshire, all down to Martin Anderson. Got to probably go down as Derbyshire's best all-rounder, hasn't he? 5 for 50, doesn't happen often in T20 cricket.
I think I heard the commentary team say it's just either, I think it might have been 7 or 8 times it's only happened. Whipped away by McDermott up towards mid-on. He's having a great season, actually.
Yeah, his move from Middlesex to Derbyshire has probably been one of the best things he could have done.
Travaskis to McDermott, chopped away, bouncing out to cover, no run. Yeah, it's 3 defeats from 3 for the Foxes, so a pretty grim start, but it's a long group campaign, isn't it? You can catch up. Travaskis to McDermott, played up towards Ashton Turner, so he's a familiar face back at Old Trafford. Played in this fixture for Lancashire last season.
He is a dangerous player, isn't he? I think he's one of the cleanest ball strikers in the men's game.
Travaskis has Livingston on strike. He's down the pitch, he goes big. Has he got enough? He could be in a bit of bother here, Livingston. He is, he's gone. Caught just beyond the edge of the fielding circle, went for a big hit. Livingston departs for 15. Ben Mike takes the catch. Lancashire lose their 3rd wicket, 27 for 3.
It's the big wicket as well to keep Liam Livingston out of the action. It's a huge wicket for the Foxes, and they'll know here, 3 wickets down in the power play, that there's a bit of rebuilding to do here for Lancashire now.
Moores heading out to join Ben McDermott.
That type of dismissal makes me think that there is a little bit more turn in the pitch now, and the pace-off deliveries are the ones that are just going to allow for a little bit more turn. It looked like it was too full to probably get too much, but I imagine that ball was in the air for a very long time in Ben Mike's opinion, and you know it's Liam Livingston that's hit it. A good catch in the end.
200 was the score that Lancashire got on Monday, but having already seen one game on this same surface that was played on Monday, are we expecting that kind of what would be a good score to kind of drop significantly from that point, or not?
I don't think significantly, no. Okay. I think, probably, again, 180, 190 would be a good score tonight.
Moore's on strike. It's Travascus. It's turned into the onside. And he'll go skipping through for a single off the mark straight away. End of the 5th over. That 28-4-3. 5 overs gone in the Lancashire Lightning innings. McDermott on 1 and Moore's on 1.
I generally always judge a pitch in T20 cricket by how well batters can hit the ball down the ground, and I think the way that Meg Lanning and Eve Jones were able to bat in our power play, well, extended it out of the power play actually, but it is still a good pitch, and I think probably just chose the wrong options here. Keaton Jennings and I've forgotten who just got out.
Liam Livingston.
Liam Livingston probably just chose the wrong options. Gosh, it's been a long day.
I'll leave you with that, Kate. Phoebe Graham will come and join you and help you through it.
Thank you. Well, I'm not surprised that Ian Holland's got a second over here, and he's going to try and finish out the power play, but 3 wickets down already, Lancashire.
Holland to continue from the Anderson end into Moores, who defends this off the front foot. Yeah, and a little bit of bother here at Lancashire, aren't they?
Yeah, just trying to explain though, I still believe that the measure of a good pitch is how well that batters can hit the ball down the ground from a good length ball, and it felt like Meg Lanning and Eve Jones were able to do that still in the second innings of our game, so it still feels like a good pitch, and even the way that Liam Livingston was able to get off strike by driving the ball through the covers.
Holland coming round to Moores, who manages to work that off his hip for a single.
And this is probably a big innings for Joe Moores, because we've seen a bit of excitement around him, haven't we? And he's come in and played some impressive shots, but can he extend that tonight? Lancashire in a spot of bother here coming out of the power play. Can he have a real impactful innings that gets Lancashire up to a really good defendable total?
Yeah, tricky position to come into. 25 for 2 and then lost the wicket of Liam Livingston, so they were 27 for 3, now 29 for 3. It's in, and McDermott doesn't get hold of that, just goes straight to cover for no run. But yeah, young player Joe Moores, lots of talent, but like you say, packed out here at Emirates Old Trafford, and never easy coming into the power play when you're 3 down. It's that stat that flies round the cricket circuit. So that goes past the outside edge of McDermott. He tries to guide that down to third with the vacant boundary option, but at the moment just one off the first 4 balls of the over. And talk to us about the final over of a power play. Like, people say it's potentially the hardest over to bowl. Holland will have been frothing to get this final over of the power play as McDermott goes down the pitch, and he'll go for a direct shy for Moores. Makes it comfortably.
I would say it's the hardest over to bowl if that wicket column is 0 or 1. I think when you've got a team 30 for 3, it probably becomes one of the easier ones. I actually think Travascus' second over was probably the harder one to bowl when you've got Liam Livingston, who's just starting to get himself going, but that's the way that T20 cricket ebbs and flows. As soon as that wicket column starts, once you start taking wickets as a team, then the next over becomes an easy over to bowl. It's when that partnership is being built that those overs become really difficult.
Holland in for the final ball of the over, and it's not a clean strike, but it goes to mid-wicket and they won't take the single, so a brilliantly bowled final over from Holland, just 2 from it, and Lancashire come out of the power play 30 for 3 after 6 overs. Very different to the power play that Eve Jones and Meg Lanning had chasing down Somerset's total.
Yeah, and by comparison, that fifth and sixth over of that power play would have been extremely difficult to bowl because you had 2 set batters at that point. Now the field's going to spread, and you would think that Lancashire would. You don't often see a kind of consolidation phase or a rebuilding phase in T20 cricket, but this partnership feels like an important one.
Green coming into the attack. He's got a nice long mullet with a moustache.
Similar length hair to you now.
It's very true. I've gone for the bob, just like Green, who comes in to the attack, and that goes down the leg side. It will be a wide. Do you notice there he was set up with a split grip already? The pace off been super successful on this wicket thus far.
Yeah, and again, it's a used pitch, isn't it? It's been 30 degrees crazily in Manchester all week, so it's probably dried out quite a lot in the past couple of days.
Green in, and that just gets big on McDermott. He just punches it into the ground.
Just a good example of the variable bounce that we see from either end. Obviously you'll have picked up on it here in commentary, but felt like Grace Potts got a few from the James Anderson end to just skid through, but they send it, you know, certainly my first over I felt like length balls were hitting the splice of the bat.
Yeah, it's definitely got something in it for the seamer as Green cross seam. That goes out into the deep. It looks to try split the field as it does. Misfield out in the deep. The Lancashire fans enjoy it. There's a big roar. So it runs over the boundary ropes. Much needed. The score goes up to 35 for 3.
Yeah, it's a good shot from Ben McDermott. He's just had to create a little bit of pace because you can see Green taking the pace off.
Miscommunication out there in the deep.
Bit of yours, mine. Oops, sorry.
To me, to you. But no one decided to commit to it. Green, split grip, cross seam into McDermott again, and that goes down the leg side once more, and it will be a wide. You can see he doesn't have as much control of the ball with that grip.
I guess your margin for error though at this point is probably to go a little bit more into the pitch and probably straighter, with having a wide fine leg, a deep square and a long on.
Green in once again, hits that hard length, and it's straight to point. I think that's out. It is out. Diving catch forward there from Holland. It was one that looked like it could have bumped beforehand, but the umpire was stood close at square leg. It was given. And that'll be the last we see of McDermott. Another big wicket for Lancashire, 36 for 4.
Really difficult to see from as far away as we are, but it's a brilliant catch from Holland. It's pace off again from Green, just the cutter, and you can see he's probably 5-10 yards off the ring there to create that opportunity of that catch. It's a really smart bit of fielding, and Lancashire now really are in some bother. 4 down early. They're going to need to get that total up to at least 180.
I think it was the blasé celebration from the Leicestershire Foxes as well. But that shows a team that's in the driving seat of the game. And we always like seeing Chris Green come out to the middle, but probably not this early, Kate.
Probably not in the 7th over now.
The 17th, go out, have a party, have a great time, Chris Green.
Well, now he just gets to have a really long party.
With Joe Moores.
With Joe Moores.
Wait, I'm sure he'd be Uncle Chris to Joe Moores as well. So Green started well here, 1 for 6 off his 3 deliveries. He's going to start with that wide grip again, cross seam. He's going to stick with pace off here, I think. First delivery to Green, and Green solid as you like there with the front foot defensive.
And a team that is in the driving seat has only got 4 fielders out on the boundary, so they've got a deep cover, a third, a wide fine leg and a square.
And they're really creating pressure here with extra cover mid-wicket, nice and tight in the ring as well, so very obvious here who's dominating the game at the moment. Green drives that down the ground straight. and Ben Green gets a touch on it, which slows it down, so it'll just be the single. 2 greens, you think they're related? And it was played Notts on Monday. There was Joe Moores, there was Moores behind the stumps, I've forgotten his first name, Tom Moores, and then Pete Moores, head coach. There was a serious Uncle Pete there. A lot of Mooreses. Now we've got a lot of greens. Green into Moores, who works this into the leg side. Good piece of fielding in the deep by Fine. There's a bit of a fumble, but they don't come back for 2. So that's the end of the 7th over, an eventful one. Wicket of McDermott, which was a big wicket for Holland. Caught at point, diving forward. Just a little ripple of a celebration from Leicestershire Foxes, which made us think that he'd dropped it. 38 for 4 after 7. There's some T-shirts being thrown into the crowd. Not your T-shirts, are they, Kate?
No, none of mine out there. No one would want to win one of them.
Oh, of course they would. Of course they would. Big win today. The girls are on the board.
Yeah, we've got that first win. 3rd game in, so suddenly, you know, 1 win out of 3 doesn't look too bad when you've played the top 2 teams to start with. Heading down to Chelmsford tomorrow with a long drive.
Ashton Turner into the attack. That's worked down the ground by Moores. Misfield off his own bowling, so we'll get a single. For those listening to us on BBC Radio Lancashire, commentary of this game will continue on our FM frequencies. And those listening on Lancs TV, continue to enjoy.
Stick with us.
Got the legend Kate Cross with us.
I've already had a message telling me off for calling over 40-year-olds old. Sorry, Chris Benbow.
They're flooding in now.
Yeah. Some hate mail coming in. Sorry, Scott.
Flooding in from every ex-Lancashire cricket player.
Hopefully Jimmy's not listening.
Turner into Green. Green works that into mid-wicket for no run. These two have played a lot of cricket against each other, both in Australia and the franchise scene, as Turner's into Green, who frees his arms of that, and there's a misfield at cover, releases a bit of pressure there. They're able to get another single.
They've just been slightly untidy, Leicester Foxes, haven't they? It's not been too costly at the moment, but they are going to probably just need to sharpen up a little bit in the field.
Yeah, just releases a little bit of pressure off these two. As Turner's in and Moores guides that to point for a single.
I've had another message in.
Oh gosh, they're really
flying in now.
From
someone you know quite well, actually. Your fiance's just messaged me saying he's 41.
Turner in, and that's guided round to short 45 for a single.
I'll just do a quick public apology then for anyone over the age of 40. Life begins at 50, they say now, don't they?
Yeah, best decade of your life, they say, in your 40s. Well, it just means you've got a lot of years in UK. 6 more years of playing for Lancashire as Ashton Turner's in, and that's driven back down the ground. It's a good piece of fielding, diving to his right. Prevents a single. 42 for 4 after 8. Not where Lancashire Lightning would like to be, but Leicestershire Foxes on top with ball in hand. They've adapted well to the wicket. What's brought them the success so far, do you think, Kate?
It's been that length, hasn't it? I think Josh Davey probably was the guinea pig that had to try and find the length, and he just overpitched slightly, and ever since then it looks like they've gone pace off more into the pitch, and that's definitely seemed harder to hit, and they've been able to build the pressure that way and kind of force the false shot.
Green for his second on the bounce, in and advances down does Chris Green, who takes a quick single as he punches it to mid-off.
That is the best thing you can do as a batting unit when you're under a bit of pressure, is just keep the strike rotating, because suddenly you get 3 or 4 singles off and over, and then that boundary ball comes and suddenly you're up at 8s, 9s runs per over without really having to do a great deal of risk.
Well, looking at Leicestershire's campaign so far, they've been beaten 3 out of 3, but they haven't just been beaten, they've been hammered. So to have Lancashire in this position is brilliant from their perspective, but they are letting them leak the singles and almost eke back into this game as Green to Moores, who cuts this off the back foot and out to deep cover for a single. And that's the danger when you're losing games of cricket, is recognising these moments and making sure that you don't let Lancashire back into the game.
I wonder if that's a reason why that it was a bit of a muted celebration getting Ben McDermott out. Maybe just a team that's probably a little bit low on confidence and been in some winning moments and not managed to get themselves, you know, to crucially go on and to win the game.
It's driven down the ground by Chris Green. That's a wonderful drive on the up. Just plays a proper cricket shot down the ground. Very good.
Really, really good cricket shot. Just shuffled his feet down as well to create that length to be able to get it on the drive. And that has forced the mid-on fielder to go back onto the rope now. So Leicestershire going, feeling maybe that the pressure's just been taken off and just defending slightly more now, having the 5 fielders out on the boundary.
Green in, and Chris Green advances down and strikes that straight to mid-off for the single.
Again, good example of what I was just talking about, a couple of singles, and now already Green has gone 7 off these first 4 balls. Another boundary here and suddenly it turns into quite a big over. So it's just that rotation of strike that sometimes can get the partnership ticking and get you in as a batter, and also get your partner in, because you're constantly moving and keeping the scoreboard moving.
Green into Moores, who does the same, advances down, beats mid-wicket. Looks like they might come back for 2 here. They're in and out quickly, and it's good running, and you'll hear the ripple come through because the Emirates Old Trafford crowd love a 2.
I think you can't go to any cricket ground where a hard run 2 is not clapped. It's all over the world. And also when a boundary gets hit and then the next ball is a single, always.
Oh, that was Paul Shaw's favourite thing, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Would you rather see back-to-back 6s or a boundary and a single? I think I once asked him and he said a boundary and a single. Green plays a shorter ball, and it's played well by Moores as it's pace off into the wicket. And that brings Lancashire Lightning 52 for 4. They're at a little bit of a rebuild stage here. So you're watching the Leicestershire derby game on Wednesday night. What did you make of that?
Well, we've got we're a fan favourite of Derbyshire, aren't we? We've got Martin Anderson, we're the fan club. Me and you actually went on a golfing holiday and played in a 4-ball that involved Martin Anderson, and since then we've become he's become our favourite player.
We've got a WhatsApp group with him in that we try and communicate on, but don't get a lot back from Martin Anderson, do we?
He's a quiet man.
Turn it in once again. It's a reverse switch hit that Moores misses. We've celebrated the hundreds in county championship cricket, and then we celebrated the 6-fer and the 50. So if he's listening tonight, we want more from you, Martin Anderson. Turn her in, and that's driven down the ground by Moores.
That's, in my opinion, just a slight better option from Joe Moores. Just as this partnership starts to develop, just keep playing the simple cricket, the low risk cricket. I know that switch hit is a fabulous shot when it comes off, but it's probably the frustration if that had created a wicket. Then is there a need to play that shot at this stage of the game, at this stage of the rebuild?
Well, he came out and played it against Notts on Monday night. The situation was very different, but cleared the ropes, and it just continued the momentum of the innings that Jennings and Hurst had created. But like you say here, he's come into a much more sticky situation as Turner is in to Green, who pays him all the respect in the world there.
I did say to Martin Anderson after the 6-fer and the 50 that I actually think cricket doesn't get any better and you probably need to leave it there now.
Turner in, and Green guides that to extra cover. It's going to drop short of the player where they come back for 2. No, they don't. It's very true. Sometimes you have days out that you think, I should just take that high put it in a bottle and walk away from the game.
Yeah, leave it there. Finish on a high. There's nothing more certain than him getting non-for and a duck in the next game, is there, Martin Anderson?
Turner in. There's a big slog sweep attempt. There's a miss-hit from Moores. I think yours was the 100 final when that one nipped back into Laura Wolfart.
I think it was in Ireland, actually. My first game as captain. Picked up a 6 for and got 40 not out, and I thought, this is it. Doesn't get any better than that. And then I got sacked, so it actually doesn't.
Turn it in, and it's a big club out into the leg side. It'll split the fielders, but it's going to plug. It's a good piece of work in the deep, and they'll just come back for the 2. Lancashire 57 for 4.
I'll leave you on that one, Phoebe.
After 10, and after hearing about Kate's brilliant captaincy for England, where she took 6 wickets and scored 40 not out, we're now looking at a rebuild phase from Chris Green and Joe Moores. It's been a sensible rebuild since the wicket of McDermott in the 6th over, where they were 36 for 4 and looking in a little bit of trouble. They've slowed the run rate since, so they've been going at 5 and over since the wicket. And do you think they'll look to go up the gears now, Scott?
Some point it's got to happen, I guess, hasn't it? 4 down, halfway stage. Ian Holland returns. Kate's gone to issue several public apologies. Joe Moore's on strike on 11. Here comes Holland in and bowls to Moores, who's down the pitch, and that's driven away through the offside. He'll take a single. He's on to 12. Great chance, isn't it, for Joe Moores? An opportunity for him right at the start of his professional career.
Well, there aren't many times in T20 cricket where you'll get the opportunity to build an innings, and both these players are 12 off 11, Chris Green 12 off 15, Joe Moores. So they've been able to build a foundation here, which can be really important to be able to then kick on and know the pace of the wicket and how it plays. So it's how can these two move through the gears now, because they're only going at 5.7 and over.
Green's on strike. Holland to Green off the back foot. Forces the ball away through the offside. Gets underneath short extra cover. And they kind of toy with the idea of coming back for 2. The throw comes in.
I think they could have come back for 2 there. They're both lightning fast between the wickets. And Leicestershire have been quite sloppy in the field. Probably about 9 or 10 runs have been given away in the field so far.
Moore's on 12. Down the pitch he comes, and that's driven but stopped at extra cover, and there's no run, so a dot ball. Just 2 off the over so far. 59 for 4, Lancashire Lightning. Halfway through the 11th over. Having lost the wickets of Keaton Jennings and Matthew Hurst, Liam Livingston and Ben McDermott. Now it's Green and Moores trying to rebuild. That's pulled out towards the leg side. He's hit that so hard, it's gone for 4. That sounded terrific coming off the bat. Crunched away on the pull shot through mid-wicket, takes Moores on to 16. 63 for 4 now.
That's a great shot from Moores. Like you say, hit so hard, his bat speed through the air there was rapid. And the ball just races its way to the boundaries. Fielders did not have a chance. Huge outfield today at Emirates Old Trafford. Lots of fans in as well.
Yeah, 2 men on that leg side boundary, but neither could get round to cut it off. He hit that with so much power. Holland bowls to Moores, trying to find a gap through the offside this time, trying to tuck it down towards backward point. Good tumbling stop. No addition to the score. Moores on 16, Green on 13. 63 for 4 in the 11th.
Yeah, Moores was just trying to guide that finer. We've got like a short third and a backward point, and there's not a lot of space between the two of them. Bowling into the wicket, so not enabling him to get a fine angle there.
Holland bowls to Moores. Again, it's nicely bowled by Holland, and once more Moores picks out extra cover. End of the 11th over then, so 9 remaining. 63 for 4 on this beautiful sunny Friday evening at Old Trafford. across Lancs TV and on BBC Radio Lancashire as well. Friday night, T20 night in Manchester. Weather's terrific for it as well, and as you say, Phoebe, the crowd is building up very nicely indeed. Perfect conditions to watch a bit of T20 cricket.
Yeah, both players just having a quick drink there. I'm sure there'll have been a little message run on. 63 for 4 after 11. I think the Leicestershire bowlers have bowled really, really well. They've found that uncomfortable length on this wicket that sometimes skids through, sometimes hits the splice of the bat, and they've used pace off well as well. So I think there'll be a lot of lessons here for the Lancashire bowling attack, who have bowled on this bowled on this pitch a number of times. Fielding has let them down. They potentially could be going at 5s here if it wasn't for some poor fielding. But Lancashire have rebuilt. Green 13 from 12, Moores 16 from 19.
Going to be Ben Mike for the first time.
Need to get the skates on now, to the Lancashire batting attack.
And here is Mike. Can they get the skates on? That's a lovely straight drive, isn't it, by Chris Green? We've seen some beautiful shots this evening. And that's right up there with the best of them. Gorgeous straight drive for 4 for Green. Nice way to start the 12th over, Phoebe, that wasn't it? 67 for 4.
Yeah, he's played wonderfully down the ground today, has Green. And that was just effortless once again. I think it is a case of playing strong cricket shots here today with how the wicket is playing and staying as straight as possible. Mike has got both mid-on and mid-off up, which feels a little bit dangerous.
He's into Green, that's clipped off his toes out towards the leg side boundary. Again with an eye of coming back for 2, but on that occasion the Foxes' fielding was pretty sharp, so just preventing Green coming back for a second. 68 for 4 in the 12th over.
I think where the party stand usually is, they've put benches and food picnic tables, which I think is a new brilliant addition to the party stand area.
The vacant party stand area, yeah.
Because you can then get a bit of food, sit on the picnic tables, watch the cricket.
Here's Mike. Balls to Moores, that beats him. Through to the keeper, Ben Cox.
That was one that just shot low again. So you're seeing that invariable bounce once again. But I wonder, we should hopefully see the party stand throughout July, Rose's match, do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't know. He's normally here, isn't it? Has anyone seen the party stand?
Is there a party at Emirates Old Trafford? Have we just not got the invite, do you think?
It's possible. 68 for 4 halfway through the 12th. Mike in, balls, and played and missed by Moores.
The way Mike approaches the crease is so perfectly technically correct. It's almost like he is a sprinter. They talk a lot about you run up and trying to be as efficient as possible and pumping your arms and not imagining you have a ball in your hand, because a lot of people that get a ball in the hand, they run like you've never seen, like arms going out wide, and Mike has got this efficient running technique. You almost forget that he's going to go and bowl.
Glides his way in again and bowls, and Moore's trying to muscle it out towards the leg side, actually squirts up to mid-off. Turner comes up to field. Moores does scamper through for 1. He was trying to launch it out towards the hotels. In the end, he's got himself a single. Moves to 17, 69 for 4.
Shows how important that length is, because it just got big on Moores there. Wasn't able to pull that into the leg side because of how this pitch is playing.
Mike balls to Green. He's muscled out to mid-wicket, and that'll be 4. Snapped away by Green on the pull. It's gone well in front of square out towards the boundary on the leg side. Takes him to 22, but he properly had to force that, didn't he? 73 for 4.
Yeah, it's a great shot by Green. He knows the straights are up and it's a short delivery, so the boundary option is hitting that as high up the ground as possible. It's almost like a tennis smash. We've seen Harry Brook play it many a times. So it's split mid-on and mid-wicket and gone quite high up the ground. see some of the Lancashire Thunder girls in the point balcony watching on the game.
Yeah, fresh from the first T20 win of the season. Earlier on today, victory for Thunder against Somerset. Lancashire are hoping it's a Thunder and Lightning doubleheader today. If they can try and find a way to back it up, the boys, in this evening's game. Back to Liam Travascus. He's bowled 3 overs, 2 for 12. He's had a pretty handy habit of getting wickets here, Travascus. This is his 4th and final over as Moores works it out through the leg side. And they have come back for 2. They've forced a second run there. Nick Kelly coming up, having a shy at the stumps at the bowler's end, but excellent from Green and Moores to have run 2 there. 75 for 4. Moores moves on to 19. We're in the 13th over. Travascus, his sunglasses still on, in over the wicket, flat and quick to Moores, who's right off the back foot, drives it square. Moves to 20, 76 for 4.
So often in 50 over cricket you get to the 30 over point, you say okay, you need to double it. Do you think that's around the 13 over point? 12 over Lancs need at least 150, maybe even 160, 70 here to have a chance. I think probably 170's par. Should we say at the 13th they need to double it?
Got to go again, got to go at the 13th.
Should we get the message down to Stephen Croft?
Get the message down there, Phoebe G. 22 not out, Chris Green. It's Travascus in, balls to Green. Plays it nicely off the back foot, punch through cover.
Yeah, still playing super high up the ground is Chris Green. Safest option with this wicket. It'll be interesting to see how he finds his next gear. This is 23 from 16. Probably need to increase the run rate again.
Again, he's fizzed in by Travascus, and Moores takes it on, trying to launch the ball out towards the leg side, and not too much on that, Joe Moores.
Chris Green just going down to have a little chat with him. You can tell there's a bit of frustration there from the young 19-year-old.
2 balls left for Travascus tonight. It's hammered away, and that'll be 4. It's to the right of Ashton Turner at mid-off. Not that far to his right, but again hit with enough force by Moores to get him another boundary. 81 for 4.
That's another great strike. Driving on the up, off the back foot, and hitting as high up the ground as possible. Majority of boundaries have been straight.
Balls again to Moores. That gets through and picked up by the keeper. End of the over. That's the end of Travascus for tonight. He's finished off with 2 for 20 from 4 overs, so very nicely bowled. But I mentioned earlier on, he does have a very good record here in T20 cricket for Durham as well in previous seasons. 7 overs remaining, so 81 for 4. Lancashire having to kind of readjust what they think is a defendable score here.
I like the thought of 160 going at 11 12s for the final 7. Don't know whether that is ambitious, but I think that would give them a good chance.
Aussie to Aussie now, Turner to Green, and that's carved out into the offside for a single. Travascus dancing around the ball, does stop it, doesn't deny the run though.
Yeah, Green set up so far across the stumps there, and Turner just keeps following him, so it doesn't give him his arms whatsoever.
82 for 4. Moores on strike. Because on the reverse, Joe Moores, as he cleared the fielder, he's gone for potentially 6. There's a chance to catch. It's Ben Mike on the boundary. The umpires are looking towards the fielder for a little bit of guidance. Has that gone for 4? Has that gone for 6? Nobody seems to have an answer. He's been given a 6. He's in position to try to take a catch. He couldn't cling on to it.
And that's quite poor from Mike in the deep. You can see that he doesn't cover ground early. He's quite slow off the mark.
Turn it to Moores. It's driven back to him on the bounce.
And he doesn't do either. He didn't go for the catch and he didn't stop the boundary. So frustrating for Leicestershire. They keep giving Lancashire an in here.
Oh, that's adding to the leg side again. It's in the air. Oh, goodness, two fielders. Oh, dearie me, that's horrible. There's two Leicestershire fielders who have collided, coming across, trying to take the catch. It's gone for 6, but the important thing here is the welfare of these two Leicestershire fielders. That looked absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
It really did, didn't it? The physios are sprinting across there now. Moore's split the gap, almost equidistance between the two fielders, and both of them not looking at each other, looking at the ball, full throttle. Not good. Hope they're okay.
Yeah, that was absolutely horrible, and there is further medical personnel coming onto the field as well, including a stretcher as well. Yeah, that was very, very unpleasant. Let's hope that it isn't as bad as it would seem watching it live. As you say, Phoebe, you could. It's one of those horrible situations where you can see it's going to happen, or potentially could happen. As both fielders come round to try and catch the ball or stop the ball, and then of course the danger is that they end up colliding into each other. And I think on top of that, the advertising board, which is only 3 or 4 meters, of course, beyond the boundary rope, and yeah, that was very, very unpleasant. So there could be quite a lengthy stoppage here while we find out the full extent of this situation. It's Liam Travaskis and Saul Budinger are the two players involved. Now I think Liam Travaskis has picked himself up, so maybe more of the concern is for Saul Budinger. But there's plenty of medical treatment being carried out. Physios and the medical staff from both clubs actually have gone across. So let's hope he's going to be okay. But I think the problem for Saul Budinger there was actually the advertising boards, wasn't it, rather than the actual collision, even if there was one with Travaskis. So let's hope Saul Budinger's okay. Understandably, we're not going to show that replay on Lancs TV, and we'll just allow the medical staff to go about their business, and hopefully Saul Budinger is okay. But this will be quite a long break, and actually quite a difficult break. Well, for everybody clearly, but for the Leicestershire players here, this is very, very unpleasant to see their at least one, if not two, of their teammates down with quite a bad injury.
Definitely, it's never easy, and you also feel quite helpless as a player, as there's nothing that you can do. You see 7 or 8 medical staff out there with them. Some of the players are walking over now, but you also want to leave them in good hands, which they certainly are. The Lancs medical care, Leicestershire medical care system, all brilliant. But just working through whether they're okay is one of the main things. Leicestershire players are all gathered in the middle, as are the 2 Lancs players.
Yeah, 1 or 2 of the Leicestershire players have gone across, haven't they, just to see how Saul Budinger is. So we'll obviously wait patiently and hope and wait with a great deal of hope that Saul Budinger's going to be okay. This is kind of how it stands if you're just joining our coverage across Lancs TV or with us across BBC Radio Lancashire. The Lancashire scorecard, losing Keaton Jennings for 10, Matthew Hurst for 1. Liam Livingston back in the Lancashire side today. First appearance of the season for Liam. He played 3 gorgeous shots and also left one, which was one of my favourite moments of the day, as he just shouldered arm to a delivery outside off stump. It's like falling back into 4-day cricket. It was lovely.
And then proceeded to hit back-to-back boundaries.
Yeah, including one that he nailed down the ground. So he made 15, and Ben McDermott making 6. And well, this partnership is the best of the innings for Lancashire Lightning. 58 between Moores and Green. And success for Travascus, but as I mentioned before, he tends to always have a bit of success here. 2 for 20 from his 4 overs. A wicket for Holland and 1 for Green as well. And we're 4 balls into this Ashton Turner over. And that's where it stands. 94 for 4. 2 balls remaining of the 14th over. The round of applause is for the Leicestershire player Saul Budinger, who's been lifted onto a stretcher. Liam Travascus was the other player involved in this, but just trying to see. I can see Liam Travascus. So it's Saul Budinger who's on the stretcher there for Leicestershire. And let's hope he's going to be okay. A couple of his teammates going across to double check. Medical staff from both sides are now heading back to the dressing rooms here. And again, the applause will be as the stretcher just wheels away.
Yeah, looks in a lot of pain, doesn't he? Never nice to see at all. In good hands with the medical team and care here as he's applauded off the pitch. And a bit of a stall in play there from Turner's over. He'd bowled 4 balls of the 13th over. Lancashire 94 for 4.
Yeah, and everybody having to just to take a moment and reset. This won't be easy for the Foxes players, seeing a teammate taken off the field. But here we go. Play about to resume. Turner to Moores. Moores on 36. Looking to sweep the ball. He's got a little bit of something on that. It's just disappeared down towards short fine leg where it's fielded by Rishi Patel, but no bat on that. Been given as a leg bye. So Moores remains on 36.
Yeah, it was going down leg, so missed out on opportunity, missed out on a wide as well. It just clipped his pad on the way through.
Turner coming in, then stopping and readjusting his field actually. So he wants cover to swing round to mid-wicket. Travascus, who was at point, relocates to cover. It's heading in his direction as Green tries to get into this and plays a shot but doesn't time it. End of the over. So we've had 14 overs. Lancashire Lightning are 95 for 4. Joe Moores on 36. Chris Green unbeaten on 24. So 6 overs remaining.
Well, it's been a big partnership and rebuild here. They're 59 off 43, the two of them, and the partnership that they've rebuilt. Brilliant after the sticky situation when Joe Moores and Chris Green went in with 36 for 4. So they have rebuilt here, but I think it is a case of going through the gears now. They need to get a good total on the board. and it's got to be north of 150.
Where they're finding 60 runs from here. 6 overs left. Moores on 36. And you see Ben Green from the Brian Statham end is over the wicket to Moores and hits the most gorgeous shot down the ground all the way for 6. Effortless from Joe Moores. What a shot. Takes him to 42. No wonder he's smiling. 101 for 4.
Well, that's where he'll find his runs from. A wonderful strike down the ground. That was a classic, wasn't it?
Be watching that on repeat. 42 from 32 deliveries for Moore, so 101 for 4. Green in, and down he comes again and pulled out towards the leg side. Picked up a deep backward square leg. 1 run for Moores. He moves on to 43. 102 for 4. Green back on strike. The senior partner out there, Chris Green, but he had probably the best view in the house of that shot that Moores hit for 6 in the previous delivery. At the non-strikers end, he's on 24 not out, 102 for 4. There's Ben Green for the Foxes over the wicket. Full of length on off stump and squirted into the offside, and they scamper through for 1. Pick up and throw towards the keeper's end, but they had successfully crossed.
It's well bowled by Green. They're figuring out how to play his hard length delivery by either using the feet or almost vertically striking the ball. So digs that one in at Green's toes. Make sure he knows that he's got another trick in his armoury.
Moore's back on strike. Green in, goes on the reverse and gets it over the man inside the circle, bouncing down towards the boundary for 4, and he's bouncing his way towards his first T20 50. There's Joe Moores, 107 for 4 now.
Well, that's a great strike from Moores. It's a switch hit, and Green takes all pace off the ball, so Moores has to generate a quick swing there to go up and over the ring. Plays it really well, gets into position early, and with it being pace off, it almost feeds the position that Moore's in.
47 not out. Tries to do it again, does do it again. What a way to get to 50. Joe Moores celebrates his maiden T20 50. 51 not out, gets there with the reverse hit up and over the infield, and the 17-year-old playing just his 3rd T20 match brings up his first 50 in T20 cricket for Lancashire. 51 not out, 111 for 4. Down the ground he comes, doesn't quite get the timing on this he was hoping for. Ball does squirt out towards the leg side, and Moores moves to 52 not out.
What an impressive innings from Moores, and I think what's been even more impressive is the situation that he came in at. 27 for 3, batting behind Keaton Jennings, McDermott, Liam Livingstone. But he's come out and he's played a wonderful knock, got his team out of trouble, struck at a good rate, and is increasing his momentum here into the final 5 overs.
Yeah, fabulous knock from Moores, and he'll still want a bit more here as well. Thanks, Phoebe. Okay, Cross is going to come back into the commentary seats. 112 for 4. Here's Turner to Moores. That's cut down towards deep backward point and through for a single. Well, it's been a joy to watch this lad, hasn't it? 53 not out, 113 for 4.
What an impressive partnership it's been. We did speak at the beginning of the day, didn't we, about Joe Moores, and can he extend that impression that he's created on the game, but just not been able to stay out there long enough to get a big score, and he's been absolutely superb today.
There's Turner to Chris Green. He's taking a leaf out of Moore's book here on the reverse sweep, but doesn't quite get the connection he was hoping for.
It's felt like a really smart cricket, hasn't it? There's not been too much risk taken. Maybe that initial reverse switch hit that we saw from Joe Moores that didn't come off, but then after that it's just been good cricket shots.
Gets off the back foot this time. Plays a lovely shot. It's out through extra cover. Has he timed that enough for 4? Not quite. Then Mike gets round to field. Such a lovely shot, wasn't it? Off the back foot by Moore, just eased away through extra cover. He's going to be good fun to watch, this lad, isn't he? For many years to come, all being well for Lancashire Lightning. 55 not out, 116 for 4. Turner to Moores. Oh goodness, it's in the air. Has he got enough on this? No! Taken this time. The fun comes to an end. Looking to try and target that leg side boundary on the sweep. He is caught, but that's a brilliant knock. What a fabulous moment for Joe Moores. Just his 3rd match for Lancashire Lightning, and he gets himself a 55 from 38 deliveries. 116 for 5. Joe Moores, take a little bow.
Yeah, well batted Joe Moores. Real amount of excitement around that name at the minute. And we saw that he had the potential to have a big innings, but he's extended it tonight, and 55 off just 39 balls when Lancashire were in a really tricky situation. Coming out of the power play, him and Chris Green have managed to rebuild, and he's doing exactly what the team needs him to do at this stage. He's hunted boundaries the last couple of overs as he's gone through the gears, and he's tried again to hit a maximum. Low full toss. It's actually a good catch, because as you can see, the shadows are going directly behind the fielder. The sun's setting, and it's always difficult to field just in front of the new hotel. And that brings Harry Singh to the crease, who, from watching the Lancashire Instagram yesterday, can hit a very long ball.
Can he? Okay.
We're doing some range hitting on the pitch.
Right.
Just where the square leg umpire is stood, and he was hitting very straight, very strongly.
Let's see if you can replicate that in this game. Instead, on this occasion, he just manoeuvres the ball out towards backward point for a single. It is impressive to see, isn't it, when they do this range hitting out in the middle, and the distance they can wallop the ball to. 117 for 5. Green's back on strike. Turner in. And that's run out through the offside. Picked up on the boundary by Johnny Tattersall, who's out as the substitute fielder replacing Saul Budinger. End of the over. So 4 overs remaining. 118 for 5. Chris Green on 27. Harry Singh on 1. There's T20 Blast fixture live from Old Trafford on Lancs TV and across the BBC Sport website and app. Back-to-back home games here at Emirates Old Trafford for the men's and women's sides. 4 overs left. What can they get to here?
Well, we didn't get to see Harry Singh with the bat on debut, did we? But he had a great night with the ball. He ended up, because of the injury to Blatherwick, ended up bowling 4 overs straight through, actually, which you really don't often see in a T20 fixture, but he managed to pick up some key wickets, shifted the momentum of the game, and now we're getting to see what he can do with the bat.
4 overs, 1 for 27. Took a couple of good catches too on Monday, Harry Singh. There's Josh Davey to return. Hammered out through the offside by Chris Green. Mike's been pretty busy on that boundary out towards the cover side. It went pretty much straight to him, which is handy for Ben Mike, because Green timed the pants off that one as well. 119 for 5.
Yeah, I felt like that was 4 off the bat. The sound that it made, it's so crisp, isn't it? But yeah, fortunately for Chris Green, straight to the fielder.
Got a deep backward square leg, a deep mid wicket, long on, long off, and on the point boundary. Davey balls to Green, drives on the bounce, back down the ground. Ashton Turner swings round from long on to field. By the time he sends a throw in, Green comes back for a couple, so he moves on to 28, 121 for 5.
And Emirates Old Trafford goes crazy for the well-run 2.
Everyone loves a well-run 2, don't they? And a good throw. Good throw right over the stumps into the gloves.
It's the simple things, isn't it? It's just what the purists love about T20 cricket.
121 for 5. Chris Green's just doing up his bootlaces. And on striker's end, Singh on strike. Here is Davey from the Brian Statham then over the wicket. Balls back of a length to Harry Singh, trying to pull it out towards the leg side. Gets a little bit tangled up.
Yeah, Davey he had a tough start with the ball, didn't he? He got Liam Livingstone fresh off the plane and just pitched up a little bit too much, and as you can see there, he's just gone into the pitch. He's got his field set for a short ball if he needs it.
Yeah, 2 out on the leg side boundary, deep backward square leg, deep mid wicket. Both fielders are shielding their eyes from the sun. And as Davey sets off again. In and balls, full and wide, again hammered out through the offside by Singh. Just for 1 this time. Singh moves on to 4. Lightning are 122 for 5. Brings Green back on strike.
Yeah, they've got 20 deliveries now to try and affect that score. They really need to be probably up at 170. So one of these two is really going to have to take on some risk now.
Green waits as Davey. 2 balls left to be second over. In and balls to Green, clubbed down the ground, but it's in the air and it's caught on the boundary just below us here. Nick Kelly takes the catch. Green going for that big shot, caught up long off. He's out for 28, and Lancashire lose their 6th wicket, 122 for 6.
Yeah, part of the big partnership, the much needed partnership actually between Joe Moores and Chris Green, but he wasn't quite able to get himself going, Chris Green. 28 off 23 though, he has got Lancashire back to a respectable total, but they're going to have to go some here if they've got a total that they want to defend. Tom Hartley goes to the crease.
Yeah, that partnership Kate mentions there, Green and Moores, it was worth 80 runs in the end between those two. But dominated largely by Joe Moores.
You can see Chris Green, he's trying to take Davey on, and we did say that they're going to have to get going. So in a way it's a positive dismissal, but from a Lancashire point of view, a disappointing time to lose a wicket. It's always the fine balance in T20 cricket.
Hartley out in the middle. Has that been edged and caught? It has. It's a fantastic diving catch by Ben Cox, the wicket keeper, and Josh Davies picked up 2 in 2. So he'll be on a hat trick at the start of his next over. Fabulous one-handed catch from wicketkeeper Ben Cox away to his left-hand side, and back-to-back wickets means Lancashire are 7 down, 122 for 7.
I should be surprised seeing unbelievable catches like that, but I always feel like it's Ben Cox that manages to take some spectacular catches with the gloves. That was absolutely no different. What a catch from Ben Cox. It went quickly off the edge of Tom Hartley's bat and almost wrong-footed him a little bit, and he's caught it one-handed to his left. Oh, what a catch. It's almost gone behind him. And Josh Davey, what a change of fortune for him. 2 wickets in 2 balls, having gone for quite expansive first over. And now he'll be on a hat-trick when he next bowls.
George Balderson joining Harry Singh. Well, 3 overs left for Lancashire Lightning, 122 for 7. Here's Ian Holland in and bowling to Harry Singh. It's carved out through the offside. Tatterson on the point boundary to field. Single for Singh. He moves on to 5. 1, 2, 3 for 7. Lancashire Lightning.
He's got a great set of reactions, Ben Cox, hasn't he? I feel like I've seen him take that catch probably 10 or 12 times, which sometimes as a wicketkeeper or as a fielder in general, you maybe get 1 opportunity, 2 opportunities to take specky catches. I feel like he does it all the time.
He's got a sure reel of them. It's wide, and Pollinson gets into it and works it out through the offside. Comes back for 2 for George Balderson. 125 for 7.
I think Leicester Foxes will be happy with this so far. If they can close out these last 2.4 overs with minimum damage, then they've done really well to come to an away fixture, having lost the first 3 games, and limit Lancashire to the total.
Balderson drives straight on the bounce, and Holland actually stops it. His follow through. Not surprised he's shaking his hand. That's hit pretty firmly by Balderson, and he managed to stop the ball. He saved some runs, but painful blow for Holland.
That's when you walk really slowly back to your mark because your hand's throbbing and you've then got to bowl. Because obviously as a right-handed bowler you tend to stop it with your right hand because that's your dominant hand. And now, yeah, you can just see he's taking a minute.
To shake his hand, try and shake the pain off. Here's Holland in and balls to Balderson. Tries to turn that out towards the leg side. Got no bat on that. It deflects off his pad, so it will be a leg by. 126 for 7. You got a nasty blow on your elbow, didn't you, in Southport in that 50 over game?
That was so painful, Scott. That was the most pain I've ever felt on impact. You know, normally when when you get hit normally and you're like, has that hurt? Yeah, it has hurt. This was immediate pain that just shot through my arm. Still got pins and needles in my little finger.
Yes, Holland comes into Harry Singh. 2 balls left of the over. Singh clubs it down the ground again. It's in the air, but it'll bounce in front of long on. Singh moves to 6, 127 for 7. And this was when you were batting, wasn't it? At the non-striker's end.
The throw came in from the boundary. It got me just like, on the funny bone.
Oh,
you know, when you jam
horrible.
it on a door and you...
Yeah.
Oh, it was so painful. And just caught the nerve, I think. But yeah, I still got a little bit of pins and needles in my fingers.
Oof. 127 for 7. Balderson chasing after that wide delivery, which actually is called a wide by the umpire.
Oh, there's a lot of double teapots out there.
Yeah.
I think that's quite a harsh call on Holland. There's nothing in this game for the bowlers, though, is there? It's a batter's game. Nevertheless, he's got to bowl it again.
He has. 128 for 7. So here's Holland to try and sign off the over. Fallen straight to Balderson, and that's driven through mid-on for a single. Keeps the strike as well. 2 overs remaining. 129 for 7. Balderson 3 and Singh on 7. Sorry, correction, on 6. 2 to go. Look, it feels like this is going to be a well under par score, but tricky to tell on a pitch that's already been played on quite a few times. On Monday it was, and already been played on today, so we'll see. Lancashire going to have to bowl pretty well, aren't they, and feel pretty good and take all their chances.
Yeah, the damage was done in the power play, wasn't it, for Lancashire? They were 4 down really early, lost the key wickets of McDermott and Livingston for not many runs, and Keaton Jennings and Matty Hurst also missed out as well. So it was a big rebuilding phase, but they've got themselves back to something that they will be able to bowl at. And then again, it just becomes that wickets are a key part of the game, and put a team that are probably quite low on confidence under some pressure early. But these next 12 deliveries are going to be key, and Balderson and Singh are actually just going to have to try and find the boundary as frequently as possible.
Hat-trick ball this for Josh Davey into Balderson. Low full toss, which is slapped away through the offside for a single.
And the Foxes actually haven't fielded that well tonight, have they? They've had a few knock-ons and a couple through on the boundary. So I know that Lancashire, as disappointing as the start to their innings was, they've probably been gifted a couple of runs as well. So they'll know that if they can try and outfield the Foxes tonight, then you just never know.
Yeah, 3 down in the power play. Lancashire, they were 4 down halfway through the 7th over. 36 for 4 when Ben McDermott was out before the Joe Moores and Chris Green partnership, which was worth 80 absolutely valuable runs for Lancashire Lightning. Davey to Singh. It's wide and he gets a bottom edge, and Cox, who was wrong-footed because of the wide delivery, had to then readjust and almost got a glove on that. Darting low down to his left to stop it, but a single for Singh.
They've been smart as well, Leicestershire. That, again, I keep mentioning it, but Davies' first over, he went full and too full to Liam Livingston, and since then it's felt like they've taken the pace off and gone more into the pitch, which has looked a lot more difficult to hit.
131 for 7. Davey for the Foxes. He's striding his way in over the wicket. Bowls to Balderson. Just trying to shovel the ball away down the leg side, but it's going to be called a wide down the leg side. And both bowlers not happy with a couple of decisions from the the umpires tonight.
I'm not sure I can defend that one because a leg side wide is just a leg side wide, isn't it? There's not much room for discussion there.
No. Balderson did go a little bit across, didn't he? But not that far across. 1-3-2 for 7. Davey back of a length to Balderson, who looks to try and pull it, and I think at more of a top edge in truth over the keeper down towards the boundary for 4, but a welcome boundary for Lancashire Lightning. 136 for 7. Balderson moves on to 8.
Yeah, backed away there to try and give himself some access to the offside, and Davey saw it happening and followed him with the short ball, and it was almost like a tennis forehand kind of shot. He's probably had both feet in the air as he played it, George Balderson, but he's got the much needed boundary for Lancashire. And already 7 off this over with 3 balls still to go, so can Lancashire capitalise on this and get this over up to 15-16? Get that total up to 150, 155. Which does feel under par.
Balderson on 8. This is just his 6th T20 game again. He's not played a lot of T20 cricket. Thumped down the ground, bouncing up towards Ashton Turner, who comes up from the long off boundary. Balderson moves to 9, 137 for 7. 2 balls remaining of the 19th over. It's felt like hard work, hasn't it, tonight? Only really Moores that's been able to kind of time the ball.
Yeah, it's looked very difficult to start on, but then I think Joe Moores was a really good example of once he was in on the pitch, he was actually able to capitalise on that. But yeah, startings look difficult. No one's really struck quickly off their first 5-6 balls.
Davey to Singh, full and wide. He gets bat on that. Smears it away through the offside. He wants 2. It could be a tight second. This he'll be gone. He's run out. It's an excellent piece of work from Ben Mike. It's a terrific pick up and throw from the boundary. And as soon as that throw was pretty accurate, Singh looked in real trouble. He's been run out. Lancashire are 8 down. It'll be 138 for 8 in the 19th.
Yeah, realistically, Harry Singh probably had to face as many of these balls remaining as possible. So you can see why Lancashire are rushing around trying to get him back on strike. But as you said, Scott, it was a really good piece of fielding in the boundary by Ben Mike. I'm just watching the replay. And yeah, comfortably out.
He knew, didn't he, when he turned for the second?
Yeah.
You could tell the reaction here from Singh. He knew then.
Yeah, get your head down and run as fast as you can. Oh, probably a little bit closer than actually just firing him off on the pitch, but anyway, he's out.
He is.
Tom Aspinwall comes to the crease.
Start of the... Oh no, 1 ball left of the over. It goes for that wide Yorker again. Josh Davies, swing and a miss from Tom Aspinwall. The end of the over, the end of Davey. 138 for 8, 1 over to go.
Feels a bit early for the YMCA, doesn't it?
Early. I think it's early. Yeah.
Gone a bit too soon here, the DJ.
I think that is an early call. That we've not had any Baywatch so far. Baywatch has been irregular so far in the first couple of games. But
you were asking me on Monday, weren't you, whether they have a set playlist that they're only allowed to play from?
I've definitely heard the same songs.
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone's choosing the YMCA.
You never know.
You don't know.
It's a funky choice,
in
isn't it?
2026.
Not a fan. 138 for 8. 6 balls left. It would be Green to Balderson, who does get bat on ball. Clips it away towards the offside, just reaching for it outside his off stump.
Yeah, Davey towards the back end of his over, and Green now just starting the 20th, just going for that wide Yorker, and that has been an effective delivery as well. So it feels like into the pitch, slower balls, and then hiding the ball outside the off stump and going as full as possible. There's been 2 really good options tonight on this pitch, but they've been brilliant with the ball, actually, haven't they? The Foxes, you can't take anything away from how they were able to put pressure on early and take those early wickets, and then how they've managed to close the game out as well.
It's a magnificent moustache from Green. He's in a ball into Aspinwall. He's dancing across his stumps doing the YMCA. Trying to see if he can scoop it over the keeper's
Too
head.
early. Just get bat on ball at this stage, Tom, and try and get Lancashire up to 150.
4 balls remaining. 139 for 8. Can he find a boundary or two? Green in to Aspinwall. In the end, it's deflected out towards the leg side without, I think, much bat, if any. No bat. It's a leg by.
Great to see Tom Aspinwall back in the 11, though. He's obviously been out with injury for the first part of the season. I've seen him quite a lot in the gym, and bowling a lot of overs on his own with the physio and with Blatherwick. Actually, it's never a nice place to be when you've been injured. So it'll be great to see him back with ball in hand tonight.
They've had a bit of a rotten run, haven't they, really, with injuries Lancashire this season, the men's side in particular. Balderson's on 10. Green in and balls again, that wide Yorker, playing a miss through to the keeper, so an invaluable dot ball at this stage of the innings. We did in any part of a T20 match, I guess. Yeah,
and he's actually not telegraphing that he's going to go wide of the stumps with the field that he's set, so it's not exactly like Balderson can get outside the off stump and try and capitalise scoring in different parts of the ground, because he's not telegraphing that he's going to bowl that delivery.
2 deliveries to go. Green to Balderson, slapped down the ground. Will this bounce over the rope? It does. It's 4. Ashton Turner coming round from long on to try and cut it off. Can Lancashire try and get towards that 150? Well, they need to hit 6 off the final ball to do it, but that's 4 runs to the total. 144 for 8.
Really good strike from George Balderson, actually. He's made it on the full. Shimmied across a little bit outside that off stump to give him his swing arc. 1 ball left. What can he do with it? Can he find another boundary? Can he find a maximum for Lancashire?
Be a handy way to sign off for the innings. We might be hoping that's a wide. It is. He just leapt back and left it, did George Balderson.
Well, you're definitely hoping it's given a wide when you've left the last ball of the innings and you're probably under par. But it has been signalled a wide. Just banged in from Green. He's fuming.
He's a bit, isn't he?
I think you always look angrier when you have a moustache as well. Always.
Got a rather ferocious looking figure. I'm sure he's a lovely fella. Right, he's having to bowl it again. That was a wide. Into Balderson, and he's cleaned him up. Yorker, which rattles into the stumps. So Green maybe has a chance to smile a little bit, having frowned quite a bit in that previous delivery. That is Lancashire's innings done. 20 overs, finishing on 145 for 9 from 20 overs. Always difficult and always a risky job, isn't it, trying to second guess whether you think it's enough runs or not, but I think it's safe to say, Kate, they're going to have to bowl well and field well at the very least here.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I feel like I say it in every T20 game that I watch, but wickets early are such a key part of this now. You saw how impactful those 3 wickets in the power play were for the Lancashire Lightning batting lineup, so they'll know if they go out there and bowl well, they've got a good chance of defending this, but they'll have to have the perfect 20 overs from now. So credit to Leicestershire Foxes taking those, Travaskis in particular taking a couple of really key wickets, the one of Liam Livingston in particular, creating that false shot.
Yeah, Travaskis finishing with 2 for 20. Davey finishing with 2 for 25. Wicket each for Holland, for Green and for Turner. As you say, Kate, a team that's had a bit of a tough start to the competition. They've rocked up here tonight, the Foxes, and it's a very, very fine effort.
Yeah, and I think sometimes you, as a team, when you can't get a win on the board, you tend to find ways of losing games of cricket. But I think what Leicester should do now is go into that dressing room with a whole load of confidence that they've managed to keep a pretty destructive batting lineup to just 145, and what is still, it is a used pitch, but still a good pitch. We saw with the way that Chris Green and Joe Moores put that partnership together that it was good cricket shots for a majority of it. They weren't crash bang walloping it everywhere, but just hitting really nice cricket shots down the ground. And I think what Lancashire will take from that is, they've seen the pitch now, they'll have watched our game, they'll have seen how it played in our game, and then they'll have seen how the Leicestershire Foxes bowled on it as well, so they'll take a lot from that and know that pace off is a good option. They've got a lot of sing, and they've also got the added bonus of Liam Livingston's spin away from both left hand and right hand if he chooses to. So he's, Keaton Jennings has got a lot of options to try and take these 10 wickets to win the game, because I feel like that's how Lancashire are going to win it. It's not going to be a meander to 20 overs.
Joe Moore's the star of the show with the bat there, making 55 for Lancashire Lightning. So they finish on 145 for 9. It means that the Leicestershire Foxes have been set 146 runs to win. Thanks, mate.
Have you heard of United 2 before? Do you like exams?
Because we don't do any traditional end-of-year exams.
If you're having a bad day, that shouldn't dictate whether or not you pass or fail a year.
We have 4 main subject areas:
business, media, digital and sport.
You work directly with our industry partners to make sure you're ready for the real world.
teaching across 4 different campuses: the Old Trafford campus, UE92 Business School, the Player and Media Centre at Lancashire Cricket Club, and the Old Trafford Stadium.
You'll study one module at a time, as well as studying half days only.
Making time for work, hobbies, socialising, or your side hustles.
You'll secure a degree awarded by Lancaster University.
So what are you waiting for?
Join us at UE92.
What is this?
Guys, make way for the designated driver.
Welcome to the opening day. Oh, that is a wonderful shot.
When I was a kid, there was no professional women's cricket. I didn't even think that women could be professional sports people.
Especially early on, it just didn't really seem like there was a career in it.
To support myself around cricket, I had to work at the petrol garage.
I was the only girl, so I stood out.
I'd love for young girls to be able to dream about being an athlete and it to be achievable.
Thanks to the Hilton funding my contract, it's allowed me to play the game that I love all day, every day.
We're like an engine and we need to be fueled with the right gas.
Without funding, we can't be visible. You can't be what you can't see.
As a team, it feels like we're breaking boundaries.
Thunder and Lancashire always want to put women's cricket at the forefront, and now I think that's really shining through.
It's mad to think that without the Hilton funding, like, we wouldn't be playing cricket every day, training.
Well, we could be, but we wouldn't have any money.
We wouldn't, yeah, true.
Pass the Pringles!
Introducing Lancs TV Plus, dedicated area for members, bringing you closer to the game than ever before. Watch every men's live stream fixture all in one place. Every ball, every moment, live. And this season, don't miss the War of the Roses. Lancashire against Yorkshire, streamed live for the first time ever. Unlock exclusive content you won't see anywhere else, from behind-the-scenes access to mini-documentaries. This is Lancashire like you've never seen it before, all in one place. This is Lancs TV Plus. This is the Red Rose. This is cricket.
Trying to say double header, double win.
A double win. Lancashire Lightning looking to back up the work of the Thunder and make it a double victory. Target to win is 146 for the Leicestershire Foxes. Saqib Mahmood will open up the bowling for Lancashire Lightning from the James Anderson end. Phoebe Graham's alongside me. We'll hear from Kate a little bit later on. Phoebe, what do you reckon?
Well, I'd like to see a first ball flyer to start.
Well remembered.
Someone in the crowd will go to South Africa.
Is that where it is?
It's change of destination to South Africa.
Okay. Right. So this is a wicket with the first ball. If this is a wicket, someone's going to South Africa. Mahmood in and bowls. Pushed into the offside for no run. We had one last season, didn't we? It was Luke Wood. I can't remember which game it was, but it was a Luke Wood wicket. And someone went to Dubai, I think, wasn't it, last year?
Yeah, it was great crowd entertainment, and the team were doing aeroplanes round as well. Jennings at first slip, it might have taken the catch. But yeah, key that they get wickets here. And Saqib Mahmood was brilliant in the power play against Notts, so hopefully he continues that with the new ball in hand.
Eskenazi's on strike. It's turned into the onside by Eskenazi. Clipped out to mid-wicket for a single. Ken Grime has been up, the great Ken Grime here at Lancashire Cricket Club. And he's sent me a list of lowest totals by Lancashire batting first and winning.
Oh,
so
brilliant.
Defending low scores here.
And this is what we need, that optimism.
We need that optimism. Let's see if they can add to this list of low totals and winning games. The lowest total that they successfully defended was 110 against Northamptonshire back in 2011. Here is Mahmood to Ben Mike. What's the LBW? He really likes it, Mahmood. He's absolutely convinced. As is Jennings, as is Hurst. Oh, they were absolutely convinced that Mike was LBW there. But the most important man of the lot is the umpire, and he said no.
Well, just watching it back here, it looked dead straight in front, getting a different angle here. Back pad. And you can see why he's celebrated and almost gone down to Ben Mike, and there was a little bit of a standoff towards the end between the two of them, but it was the umpire that didn't give it, not Ben Mike. Trouble with his first ball though. Looking good here is Saqib Mahmood.
What if he's not hit it? There's Mahmood's in and balls, going full and straight with a bit of pace from Mahmood from that Anderson end, driven by Mike to mid-off for no run.
Well, it pitched middle and off and angled in. Beautiful delivery. It probably would have taken leg stump, but it was just enough shape, but not too much. So you'd have gone upstairs for that. And that was exactly what Lancashire needed at this stage. early wickets, the most threatening bowler with the new ball.
If that was you, Phoebe bowling, you'd be straight upstairs for the TV umpire, wouldn't you? If you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Well, I loved how the celebrate. He did that appeal that becomes a celebration.
Yeah.
Doesn't even turn and look at the umpire. So got down to Ben Mike and eventually turned round, hands on hips, and then looked at Ben Mike. It was all very theatrical.
Mahmood balls to Mike, chopped away into the offside, stopped inside the circle by Tom Hartley. And there's no run. This is an outstanding first over from Saqib Mahmood.
Exactly what you want from your international bowler, to rise to this occasion. There's a lot in today at Emirates Old Trafford. Beautiful evening. They need something special in this power play to all of a sudden make that 145 look a big total. Because if you get a team a few wickets down, the run rate creeps up and all of a sudden 145 looks big, but at the moment it looks very achievable.
One without loss. One ball left of the opening over. Slip in place. Mahmood in balls to Mike. That's pulled. And he's got enough to clear Liam Livingston, who's inside the circle at mid-on. And they come back for 2. So 3 off the opening over, plus a huge appeal for the LBW, which was turned down, which they quite fancied. 3 for no wicket, the Foxes. Eskenazi on 1 and Mike on 2.
Well, it was a brilliant first over from Saqib Mahmood. Set the tone wonderfully here at Emirates Old Trafford. Tom Hartley, who's star of the show with ball in hand against Notts, bowled beautifully on Monday evening and ended up coming on in the power play, taking a wicket and changing the momentum of the game, really, when Joe Clark had got off to a good start. So they'll be looking for something similar here from Hartley.
Yeah, finished with 4 for 20 on Monday. Tom Hartley, left arm spin, Statham end. Eskenazi drops it into the offside, and there's no run. I mentioned those lowest totals defended by Lancashire. I mentioned the 110 for 9 that they defended against Northamptonshire. That was actually at Northampton. Hartley in balls, pulled away by Eskenazi for a single to mid-wicket. And the score moves on to 4 without loss. The lowest total defended here by Lancashire's men's side in T20 cricket is 124 for 5 against Warwickshire in 2016. They won that game by 30 runs. So there's a decent list of low scores being defended, and this will join them if they can do it. Hartley balls to Mike. It's punched down the ground and Livingston fields at mid-on, no run.
Well, Dave, who works on the door of the media box, said 129 they've defended before. He was full of confidence that they've done it before, they'll do it again.
Do it again. Hartley balls, Mike slog sweeping over deep mid-wicket and over the rope and in towards the crowd. It's gone for 6. Mike moves to 8, 10 without loss.
Yeah, it's a good strike by Mike. Just loses his line a bit, does Hartley there, just sliding down leg, and he's able to play that sweep shot freely, is Mike.
10 for no wicket. Hartley balls off the back foot. He takes a single through mid-on because they just dropped Livingston back from mid-on to long-on. Mike tucks it into that vacant area and moves to 9, 11 without loss.
I think that length's really important for Tom Hartley. Just dragged it a little bit shorter there, so Mike wasn't able to let his hands through the ball.
Hartley balls to Eskenazi. A little bit of grip and turn for Hartley. That's defended to mid-wicket, and there's no run. 11 on the board for the Foxes, 2 overs gone. Well, if Dave is confident downstairs, I like that. I'm taking my lead from Dave downstairs. He's a man of great wisdom, and if he's quite relaxed about this, I'm happy with that.
Absolutely, put confidence in me, so I've come upstairs in the lift, ready.
He does that, Dave. When you walk into the building, he puts a little spring in your step. He's the great man downstairs. Over number 2 for Saqib Mahmood. His first was an absolute beauty.
Well, I'll be pleased he's bowling at Mike again, his LB candidate that wasn't given.
Here he is, Mahmood to Mike. Oh, that's taken off the hip, whipped out towards the leg side. What a shot that is. All the way for 6. Mike moves to 15, 17 without loss. What a shot.
That is a great shot by Mike. Dug in a little shorter. And he's just stayed very stationary as Mike and swung through that. It's gone up and over mid-wicket, cleared the rope. Bit of a stand and deliver shot.
That was pretty brutal, wasn't it, by Ben Mike?
That's what he does in this team, really. His role is to come in, hit the ball hard. He doesn't always come off. But he's only got one task, really, which is finding the ropes.
17 without loss. Mike on 15. Here is Mahmood in balls, back of a length to Mike, and that's turned away through the leg side, and they'll come hustling back for 2. Throw comes in towards the bowler's end. Yeah, scrambled 2. Mike moves on to 17.
That's brilliant running from the 2 Leicestershire players. He didn't get hold of that pull shot, but because he'd top edged it, it sort of trickled into the inner ring. And it's that perfect weight where you're taking on the boundary riders for the second run.
Here is Mahmood into Mike. Oh, that's a gorgeous shot. He's carved that away through the offside for 4 as well. Well, he's muscled one over mid-wicket and slashed one through point. Lovely shot from Ben Mike.
Yeah, much fuller from Zakid Mahmood. And Mike just puts his hands through the ball, leans on it, and he's able to use the width of that delivery. Feels like Mahmood's searching more in this over. Previous over just held his line, held his length, bowled his best ball. But when you know you need to get wickets, that's when you start searching for them.
23 without loss. Mike on to 21. Defends this delivery. Just drops it into the onside for no run. I mean, it's an interesting decision to open the batting with Ben Mike. I was just expecting it to be Rishi Patel. But they've gone with Mike. It's quite a bump up the order for Ben Mike, but maybe just going out there, license, have a go.
Sometimes see that, don't you, with opening bats? It's almost like a sacrificial wicket. We're happy if you get none or 50 or 20 off 10. Like, as long as you're striking it and not, they're happy.
Waits for Mahmood, who's in and bowls, and that's pulled. It's in the air. It's an absolute skyer. Who's underneath this? This is tricky, but no messing from Balderson. That's a very good catch. It's a big. That's a proper hook as well, isn't it? From Keaton Jennings. That's a great catch and a great hug. 23 for 1 in the 3rd.
That was a straight-legged aerial hug between Chris Green and George Balderson. But it's a big wicket. They need wickets in this power play. Even though he's not the biggest batter on record, Ben Mike, it's wickets that they need. It's wickets that are going to win this game. So I'm pleased they're celebrating like that. And they're tough catches. The sun's low, running backwards over your head. The ones you practice time and time again. Watching this back on Lancs TV, here's a brilliant catch, and you see here the celebration.
That is terrific. That's a proper hug, that, wasn't it?
Brilliant.
Oh, it was Chris Green, wasn't it, with the hug? So I think I might have said it was Keaton Jennings, but it's Chris Green. 23 for 1. 1 ball left of the over. Mahmood balls. Again, he's looking for the LBW, targeting those pads. Nicely defended. End of the over. Wicket taking one, that for Lancashire Lightning. 23 for 1. Eskenazi on 2. Patel on 0.
Yeah, good over in the end by Mahmood. Got the wicket he wanted. Felt he had Mike early doors with a very good LBW shout. And then went short to Mike. Mike didn't get hold of it all. And Balderson running back into the sun. Good catch. We'll go again with Hartley here. This is probably where there was a bit of a weakness in Lancashire's bowling attack, was the power play. So they're using the strongest bowlers in the power play at the moment.
Hartley in, the reverse attempted by Eskenazi. Sneaks through into the gloves of Matthew Hurst.
I'd like to see an over of Aspinwall.
In the power play?
I think so, yeah. I think you've got to go to him.
Hartley bowls a bit quicker this time. That's cut. Oh, he's got through the infield, and that will rattle its way towards the boundary rope for 4 for Stevie Eskenazi. 27 for 1 now. Shot cut away just beyond the reach. Up towards the boundary rope for 4. 27 for 1. Eskenazi on 6. Hartley in bowls. Swept away, and they've scrambled through for a quick single. It's a nice pick up and throw by Balderson towards the stumps. Managed just to come back for that, get through for that single. Looked a bit tight, didn't it? But looks like he's made his ground. Yep.
Yeah, comfortably in the end there. It's at least a couple of yards in, but good pressure that Lancashire are creating.
28 for 1, halfway through the 4th over. Hartley bowls, and that's played away into the offside. And there's no run.
Yeah, looking at the other bowlers that they can go to in the power play, Balderson and Green both got taken down on Monday night.
Hartley in, bit of extra pace and off the back foot. Fielded by McDermott, and no run.
So won't be the most confident in the power play. Green potentially you could go to, just with an off spinner bowling into the arc of 2 right-handers makes it easy to clear the ropes.
Hartley flat and quick and carved away, and again just beyond the fingertips of McDermott, running out towards the boundary. 2 going chasing after it, neither able to get to it, and it's another 4 to end the over. 32 for 1, 4 overs in. Target to win, 146 for the Foxes. Almost there, Chris Green.
Yeah, it's good chase, wasn't it? Just couldn't get a fit, or just needed a fingertip on that to slow the momentum of the ball down. The chase over the ropes. It will be a change of bowling with George Balderson into the attack.
Fresh from his hug.
Fresh from his hug. Hopefully that's given him a lot of confidence.
Sometimes everyone just needs a hug. Over number 5, 32 for 1. Eskenazi's on strike. That one gets through as he steps to the leg side, Eskenazi, and tries to whip it out to mid-wicket.
Well bowled there. He's not given him any width at all. It's actually gone past the leg stump. But Eskenazi's moved so far over. Balderson's followed. And it kept super low. You could see picking that up from his toes there. It's a little bit too paces this wicket.
32 for 1. Balderson to Eskenazi, turned out to the leg side, just bouncing up towards the very edge of the fielding circle. Comes Liam Livingston to field. Eskenazi moves on to 8. 33 for 1. We're in the 5th over. This T20 Blast fixture live from Emirates Old Trafford. Across Lancs TV and BBC Radio Lancashire, bringing you coverage of this Friday night game. Balderson to Patel, and he'll clip it out towards backward square leg for 1 run. 34 for 1. This time next week, Phoebe, me and you will be over in Yorkshire.
We will, yeah, going over that M62, over the Pennines.
Be a quiet night, that, won't it?
Should be a pretty quiet night. They're my favourite nights of the year. Favourite. So much fun.
Here comes Balderson to Eskenazi, getting it right across the stumps and trying to scoop it over the keeper's head. Through to Matthew Hurst. No run.
Changing his pace well here, and really controlling the line is bowling, Balderson. Just looking at the situation he came in last time he bowled in the power play, it was to Clark and Munsey when they were firing in the power play. So bit of a different situation here, but in the mix where the game could be won or lost.
Balderson to Eskenazi and pulled from his hip out towards the chief hugger of the evening, Chris Green. Deep backward square leg. 35 for 1.
Big sporting day as well. I got a text off my sister. It's my niece's sports day on Friday as well, pre-Roses match.
Roses. That's a big day.
So huge events in Yorkshire taking place.
One ball left of the over. Balderson to Patel. And single out towards the leg side. And he keeps the strike as well. End of the 5th over. 6 to Patel, 9 to Eskenazi, 36 for 1. I'll leave you Phoebe. Kate Cross will come and join you.
Yeah, game is very much in the mix at the moment. 36 for 1 off the first 5 overs. Mahmood got the wicket of Mike in his 2nd over after a big LBW appeal in the 1st over. But the short delivery was caught at short fine. Balderson chasing that one over his shoulders. And it will be Mahmood to bowl the final over of the power play. What are your thoughts on the start of this game, Kate?
Yeah, they've bowled well, Lancashire, haven't they? I think they've learnt a lot from how the Foxes bowled in that first innings.
Mahmood in and defended off the front foot by Patel. They will cheekily get a single there, and it's backed up well. Because it wasn't a comfortable throw. Mahmood went in at the stumps.
Change of end for Saqib Mahmood, though. We saw a really good LBW shout in his first over, didn't we? Which could have possibly made that 37 for 1 look a little bit better with 2 wickets in the column. But again, it's just looked difficult to start on, hasn't it? We picked that up at the back end of the first innings.
Mahmood in again, and it's slapped out to mid-wicket. Chris Green doing the work out there, but they'll come back for 2. Good running from the Leicestershire Foxes. Testing Chris Green out in the deep.
It was a really sharp bit of fielding from Chris Green. He's run round and launched the ball to the keeper's end, and just the wicket ends are so clayey here that it's hit them and gone over the head of Matty Hurst, so there was no chance of the run out actually being completed.
Mahmood in past the umpire, backs away, and it goes over the tops of the stumps from Eskenazi. Backed away, and he wanted to play a big shot there, didn't he?
Yeah, again, it's that 6th over you were talking about, isn't it, Phoebe? The one that the batters are really trying to capitalise the most on. It's the last time they'll get the chance to free their hands, really, and be able to hit through the infield and be guaranteed some boundaries. So you can see Eskenazi's trying to make the most of it, especially with the pace of Saqib Mahmood.
I don't think Jennings wanted to risk any other bowler bowling it, as Mahmood's bowled so well his first 2 overs into Eskenazi, who takes a big swipe at that. It goes out to square leg. Moore's out in the deep. How impressed were you with him today?
Yeah, he looked incredible, Joe Moores. We've kind of seen the glimpse of it, but we've not quite seen him be able to extend that potential. And I just thought how he played the situation today was almost an innings way above his years. You know, for a 17-year-old to play an innings like that with the overseas, you'd think that the overseas player in that situation, Chris Green, would probably have taken a handle of it, but it looked the other way around. It looked like Joe Moores was the one that was the aggressor. He got himself in and then played all these flary shots.
Eskenazi backs away again, big swipe at this, straight through to Hurst gloves. 1 ball left of the power play.
It's interesting how much we talk about bowlers taking something from how the first innings bowlers bowled, but I can't see that Eskenazi here has taken much from how Lancashire batted, because he's really trying to hit the ball hard here. And actually, when Chris Green and Liam Livingstone, when he first got in, they just concentrated on timing the ball and playing good, strong cricket shots. And Eskenazi looks like he's really set on trying to hit the ball for 6 every single ball.
Bat high from Eskenazi, backs deep into his crease and defends that into the offside for a single. It's a good over from Mahmood. He's bowled 3 overs, 1 for 20. He's played a real key part of this power play. So Leicestershire Foxes 41 for 1 off hit their 6 overs. Target 146. I feel like the game's in the mix here, Kate.
Yeah, Saqib Mahmood is actually just making his way off the pitch, which obviously could be a worry. He is jogging off though, which looks better news, and Charlie Barnard has just gone onto the pitch. But yeah, we spoke a lot at the back end of that innings that it's going to be the wickets column that is absolutely key here. That run rate required, 7.5s, is never going to challenge the batters. So actually, can Lancashire put the pressure on, take some wickets, and then that is really when we're going to see whether that total was 10 or 15 too many or too little.
Well, Livingston into the attack. Patel swipes that up and over mid-wicket. Diving attempt of a catch. Just beats the right hand. I don't know which fielder it is, but beats their right hand.
It's good batting from Patel. He's just read the length really quickly and been able to get back and knows that he's got that space.
Livingston in and goes through to the keeper's gloves. It almost looked like it was clean bowled. I think it was quick glove work from Hurst. Got the fans excited, got me excited.
What Livingston will be happy with is the amount of turn he's got from the first 2 deliveries though.
In reverse sweep straight to backward point.
Wonder if him and Chris Green got a 2 for 1 on the shoes.
Yeah, they're in bright fluorescent red, matching the kit. Livingston in and driven down the ground by Patel for a single. Do you like a matching shoe and kit?
It's not for me really. I admire people that can pull it off, but I wouldn't personally do it myself.
It's Livingston in. Eskenazi drops down the pitch. There'll be a potential run out here. Jennings shies at the bowler's end but misses all 3 stumps.
Yeah, Eskenazi was in the middle of the pitch then, wondering which way to run, and Keaton Jennings wasn't quite able to find the stumps, but that would have been close if it was a direct hit. That was one area that the Foxes probably let themselves down a little bit, was in the field.
Livingstone in, and it's big. I think it's cleared the ropes. It has. It's a great strike from Patel over the ropes for 6. It's been an expensive over, 12 from it. Leicestershire Foxes accelerating in this run chase, 53 for 1 off 7 overs.
And I'm sure that would have been the chat from the Foxes at the halfway mark, is can they get ahead of this game as quickly as possible. They've had a significantly better power play than the Lancashire Lightning did. That was a brilliant strike from Patel. Can be a dangerous bowler, Liam Livingston, because he can turn the ball both ways. He's got his leg spin for the right-handers and his off spin for the left-handers. But yeah, an expensive over, and that now puts a little bit more pressure on Tom Hartley, who's gone for 17 off his first 2, albeit they were in the power play.
Hartley into Eskenazi. A reverse sweep is attempted but missed. Hurst rattles the bails off the stumps. More for effect than a serious appeal. Hartley in past the umpire. Eskenazi drives that down the ground. Will be green at long off to do the work. So if you did match your kit with your shoes, you'd have had some bold colours, some purples, turquoise, reds,
black. When we played here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for me.
It's not. It's not going to happen, is it? Hartley in. Patel drives that off the back foot. It's a lovely cut shot. They'll look to come back for 2. It's cut off well in the deep. Icing.
It was actually a great piece of fielding from Keaton Jennings, who's really in tight at that extra cover region. He managed to get a good hand on it, and if that had gone through without a fingertip, it could easily have gone for 4.
Eskenazi goes big. It's aerial. Looks like it could be in the hands. It is. It's taken comfortably by Moores. The man of the evening. That's another wicket for Lancashire. Eskenazi departs for 14. Leicestershire Foxes 55 for 2.
Yeah, timely wicket for Lancashire, and it's that man Tommy Hartley again. He came on and changed the course of the game on Monday, and he's done the same again tonight. Eskenazi wasn't quite able to get going. He faced 19 deliveries for his 14 runs. Joe Moores can't really put a foot wrong tonight, taking a simple catch.
It feels like Jennings is playing his cards early with the bowlers that have bowled. Mahmood 3 up front in the power play. Hartley, seen him now bowl or what will be 3 overs. There's only 7.4 overs of the game gone. So
Yeah,
they're trying to affect that wicket column, aren't they?
And with a low total on the board, you can't leave your best bowlers to be bowling the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th over, because it might not get there. So you have to front load your bowling, be aggressive up front, try and get that, get them 3 or 4 or 5 down early, and then really put the pressure on the middle to low order, because we've seen how difficult it is to come in on this pitch and start quickly.
I think if they rattle through the wicket column here and they get them 5, 6 down, it could prove a really tricky chase. So Hartley into the left-hander Kelly. Kelly drives that down the ground. There's cover out there. So Livingston comes round. He'll try and cut off the 2, but it's good running by Patel, who's running into the danger end. Final ball of the 8th over. Target 146, 57 for 2. It's the reverse switch, but it'll go straight to short 45, and Balderson does the work comfortably, and it's Hartley who's got the breakthrough wicket there. Leicestershire Tigers 58 for 2 after 8.
I'm not sure they are.
That is the rugby team, isn't it?
That is, yeah.
That came so much more naturally off my tongue. It's the Leicestershire Foxes.
Yeah, we were saying at the halfway point, it's quite a tongue twister, isn't it?
I think that's why I've renamed them.
Yeah, the Tigers.
It's Chris Green, who is a threatening bowler, has played a lot of franchise cricket around the world, and almost feels like he's a Lancashire lad now.
Yeah, well, we got him on the multi-year deal, didn't we? It was a really great move from Mark Chilton to make sure that we locked in a consistent overseas, because I think sometimes when you're trying to build something at a cricket club and you're getting a different overseas player every year, it can prove difficult, but he's such a brilliant all-rounder to have in any team.
Chris Green into Kelly, defended off the front foot.
I think having a bowler, an off-spinning bowler who can bowl in the power play, I know he did the other night and it was quite expensive, but it's such an asset to have in your dressing room.
Into Kelly. Kelly carves that off the back foot to deep point for a single. Well, I think being part of the DNA of the club as well means that when they were short in the county championship of overseas, Jimmy can drop him a text, lull him back in early, and you're more likely to say yes, aren't you? Because you feel part of the club. It's your mate then asking you back rather than a relationship you're trying to create.
I think you see so many franchise cricketers now travel around the world playing for so many different teams and tournaments.
Green into Patel. Patel drives that back to Green. Excellent off his own bowling as always.
And the question is, do these lads care who they play for? But I think when you sign a multi-year deal, you do become more invested and you do care about the growth of the club.
Green in, and that's pulled out to mid-wicket. Splits the 2 fielders out there. Patel finds the rope, takes a scorecard up to 63 for 2 as the sun's setting here at Emirates Old Trafford.
Yeah, just slightly 2-leg side from Chris Green, and allowed Patel to access quite a decent angle on what is a bigger boundary out on the leg side at the minute, but just able to pierce the 2 fielders. And he's ticking along quite nicely, actually.
Green in, and a reverse attempt. There's a big LB call, not given by the umpire. Looked like it could have been high, but hands on hip, not happy with that. He's going to be asking the question.
They're the ones that you feel like you owed one, aren't you, from the umpire? So you go up loudly thinking that he might give you half a chance back, but no, he stood firm, given not out. And he started well here, Chris Green, just 5 off his first 5 balls.
Green into Kelly. Kelly goes off the back foot again. Makes its way past cover, but they'll only get the single. Lots of movement in the Lancashire field there. Covered a little bit of a hiccup there from Jennings because of the energy. Kept it to 1. 65 for 2 after 9. Target's 146, so the required rate is just the 7s. Starting to build here with the Leicestershire Foxes.
The Tigers are going all right as well. Good news for Lancashire fans, Sakib Mahmood's back on the pitch. So obviously no lasting injury or damage there, whatever he did go off for. Balderson, good first over, just 4 off it in the power play as well, so very impressive from him. He bowled here on Monday and probably got taught a lesson quite quickly, didn't he, about coming around to the left-handed batters and how much better the room.
Starts round to Kelly and it was a dot ball, cramps him early.
How much better the angle that he creates is from round the wicket to the left-hander. We saw him getting punished through the 3rd backward point region on Monday.
Yeah, he bowled 3 or 4 balls over the wickets and we were screaming, "Come round, George, come round!" And couldn't hear us from up in the comms box.
Probably a good reason.
He's obviously listened to it back. He's in and that's flashed up and over. Backward point. Races away for 4.
And just as we say that, he's just strayed slightly on his length and gone wide outside the off stump, and it's just easy pickings. It's almost wide line length and line, and he's just easy pickings for the batter to be able to access that area, which has got no cover on the boundary. So he needs to make sure he keeps the stumps in play as much as possible here, George Balderson.
Into Kelly. Kelly tries to drive that down the ground, but doesn't go further than Harry Singh in the ring. Oh, that's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it?
Rhymes.
Balderson used his change of pace really nicely in the power play as well. Leicestershire Foxes bowled well in the power play, throughout the middle, finding the lengths and changing the pace throughout the game. Balderson into the pitch and it's worked into the leg side for a single.
Yeah, I thought they came back well, didn't they? It was Josh Davey who was punished a little bit on length by Liam Livingston, and then after that it felt like they really recognised that going into the pitch and taking a little bit of pace off and using the cutters was much more effective.
Balderson into Patel and strays that wide down the leg side.
Another slower ball from Balderson, so you can see what the plan is.
Got both third and fine up in the ring. All 5 fielders out in the deeper in front of the bat. He turns round with ball in hand. Crowder starting to get up. He just flicks that off the leg stump. Does Patel. It's going to race all the way. Oh no, it's a good piece of fielding in the deep.
Ben McDermott out there patrolling that boundary.
She's covered a lot of ground as McDermott out in the deep. It's a big round of applause as a fast bowler, hey Kate, when you see that happen. Cuts the boundary, saves 2 for the team. Leicestershire Foxes 73 for 2. Final ball of the over. It's shorter, it's quicker. And it's given a wide. It's a harsh call from the umpire. How do you feel about that, Kate?
I think the way that Patel played it goes to show it probably quite over his head. But I like that from Balderson, because I think even just showing the batter that you've got that short ball, they've got that in the back of their mind then, so they can't plant on the front foot.
Balderson goes fuller. That's worked down to long on for a single. Still in the game here, Lancashire. 74 5 for 2 after 10 overs. Exactly halfway, 71 runs to win with 10 remaining. I'll leave you with Kate Cross and some thoughts, and Scott Reed will be joining you.
Well, this is Lancashire's game to lose. Leicestershire's game to lose from this point. You know, they need 71 from 60 balls. The pressure is completely on the Lancashire players to try and find the wickets, and you know, it feels like a pretty simple equation from here from the Leicestershire Foxes.
Yes, it looks like they've got this under control, doesn't it, really? Let's see, halfway stage, Chris Green into to Patel. He's managed to fiddle that away through the offside, and it runs away for 4. Takes Rishi Patel to 31. Fox now 79 for 2, so a great way to start the over.
Yeah, in any normal circumstance, that's probably just a 1 out to your boundary rider, but Chris Green is bowling with a 4-5 leg side heavy field here. He wants to try and keep mid-wicket in and keep that pressure on. And what that does mean is your offside field is trying to cover a few bases.
79 for 2. Green to Patel. Just dropped up towards mid-on. Jogs through for a single. 32 for Rishi Patel. 80 for 2. 66 to win, 58 balls to do it, 8 wickets in hand.
He's batted well, Patel, hasn't he? He's taken the game on, used that power play effectively.
Green to Kelly, that's just deflected, I think, off his pad. Yes, it is, leg by. Kelly remains on 10, score moves on to 81 for 2. 65 to win, 57 balls remaining. We'll find a bit of magic from somewhere. Lancashire Lightning here. Green to Patel. He just takes a single through mid-on.
And this is the kind of cricket that Leicestershire can carry on playing. They're under no pressure really to score quickly. I think as long as they've got a set batter throughout that innings, then it should be a pretty simple chase, unless they lose wickets.
Green to Kelly, that's cut out through the offside. Tom Hartley out there fielding. Another run to the total, 83 for 2. Kelly moves on to 11. Brings Patel back on strike. Yeah, 33 from 23 is a terrific response from Rishi Patel. He opened with Ben Mike, maybe giving him a bit of a license. Play back towards Green, and there's no run. End of the 11th over, and Mike did the job pretty well. 21 from 12. It was licensed to maybe go out there and have a hit, and then Patel coming in at number 3 is just it was in the process of kind of very calmly pushing Leicestershire Foxes towards a victory here. 63 required, 54 balls left.
It was that over of Liam Livingstone, wasn't it? He really decided, or felt like it certainly looked like he decided to take Livingstone on, and he hit him for that big 6 over towards the point off the back foot, and we are seeing Livingstone come back on now. So it'll be interesting to see how Patel plays him. Having already taken the risk earlier in the game, does he need to do anything crazy in this over, or is he just going to look to get 6 or 7 off this over?
Here is Livingstone. It's whipped out towards the onside. Green down below us to field. 84 for 2.
There's something fun going on in the crowd, isn't there? Oh, it's Lanky. He's getting the crowd going.
Nice. I thought I could hear something.
Oh, I think when he comes up, the crowd go, oh, he's just walked away from that.
Livingston over the wicket balls, driven by Patel. Through mid-off for a single. 34 to Patel, 85 for 2.
He's getting booed now.
Oh dear. Can't boo
Here
Lanky.
He goes, here he goes.
Livingston to Kelly. Skipping down the pitch, sending it out towards where Lanky is.
Oh, it's good cricket. The cricket must be good when they're all cheering the giraffe on the boundary.
He's kind of like, I don't know, what's he doing, really? He's
just getting really low.
Yeah.
And then as he comes up, the crowd go, way! It's as simple as that.
It's Patel striking this one very nicely indeed. It clatters into the advertising board all the way for 6. Shot that is from Rishi Patel. He moves on to 40. 92 for 2.
Well, that answers my question about how he's going to take Liam Livingston in this over. And Livingston just slightly over pitches, and for a slight second you thought that Chris Green might have been in the game at long on. But it's a wonderful strike from Patel. Sorry, Harry Singh down there at long on.
And the two supporters ducking for cover, I don't blame him. Livingston balls again, he's muscled it out towards the leg side. It's in the air and caught this time by Singh. He comes round from long on. Went for the shot again, Patel. But Livingston gets his first wicket of this year's T20 Blast. 92 for 3, and they needed that, Lancashire Lightning, but they need a bit more as well.
They do, because that wicket brings Ashton Turner into the crease, and we know how destructive he can be. He's been a Lancashire player in the past, and I've seen him across all formats of the game strike the ball so cleanly. But I'm sure you can see Rishi Patel is just punching his bat there. I don't like to say this lightly, but that felt a bit like dumb cricket to me. He's just hit Liam Livingston for 6 down the ground, a wonderful shot, and then tried to go again in a game where you need basically run a ball to win, and it's going to be the wickets that are going to cost your team this game. So you can see the frustration from the batter, a little bit flatter from Patel and probably a little bit quicker from Liam Livingston, but a safe catch from Harry Singh, having watched the one before him just go straight over his head.
Love the reaction of the supporters behind Harry Singh there in the stands, getting in position to duck, try and get out the way of the ball just in case it was coming their way. Got a slip in place here. Ashton Turner, as Kate said, is the new batter. Livingston into Turner. It's pushed away into the offside. Joe Moore's going chasing after it. Can't quite catch up with the ball, which is saying something because he's rapid, Joe Moore's. Couldn't deny the 2 runs, however, for the Foxes. 94 for 3, 12 overs gone, so 52 to win. 48 balls left. Here's Lanky. What's going on there?
I think he's having a breather now. He's just really got the crowd going down there.
Wasn't doing much of that on Monday, which is understandable because it was about 30 degrees.
Yeah. I wonder if Lanky assesses his day. You know, feels like a good 5 minutes for him. He's gone and got the crowd going. That's the mascot's job, isn't it? Get the crowd up and about. He's had a good 5 minutes there, Lanky. Good spell.
I think he'd be happy with that.
I think he'd be happy with that, yeah. He did pick one of the security guards' chairs up at one point, started lifting that up, and then the security guard needed to sit back down, so that was quite amusing to watch. I'm more concerned about Lanky than I am the cricket match.
94 for 3. Here's Green bowling to Kelly. It's off the back foot and pushed into the offside for no run.
This phase of play is actually a really critical part of the game for Lancashire, because if they can sneak 2 more wickets now and change that from, you know, to 100 for 5 maybe, then Leicester suddenly under a little bit of pressure.
Green in, cut by Kelly. He's out there, it's Moores on the cover boundary.
He's lightning in the field, isn't he? Really is. To say he's a wicket keeper as well, again, you're not hiding him in the field. You've got him in the hot spots. He's been at deep mid-wicket for most of the game. Oh, Lanky's down.
Oh, he's be goosed.
He's down, he's on the grass.
We probably just needs a breather. Needs a breather for a few moments. Be hot in there. Hot for Lanky. Turner's on 2. Takes a single through the through mid-on. Singh comes up from the boundary.
What Ashton Turner is able to do so well is step hit. I often think he hits such a clean ball when he first comes in, and I know a lot of men in T20 cricket can do that, but I always think that Ashton Turner is the best of them.
Green to Kelly.
Oh, a defensive shot.
It's a lovely forward defensive.
So in that regard, you want to make sure that you keep the ball out of that swing arc for Ashton Turner, so you either need to make sure you're really back of a length or really full at his toes.
2 balls remaining of the over. Green. with his usual calm approach in and balls, and whipped out through the onside by Kelly. Pick up and throw towards the keeper's end by Balderson. Come back for 2. 98 for 3. Kelly has 16. Final ball of the over. Green's only gone for 17 from his 2.5 overs, so it's a very tidy job here for Lancashire Lightning. It's beyond the reach of his dive as he tries to cut it off on his follow through. Punch through mid off for 1. End of the 13th over. 99 for 3. 47 required to win. 42 balls remaining. Don't really need to do anything too risky, do they, for Leicestershire here? Run chase is being very well managed.
No, absolutely not. And I feel a bit bad saying that Rishi Patel played some dumb cricket, because he played a fabulous innings before that, but again, just didn't need to play that shot. Could have just stayed out there and made sure he capitalised on the bad ball, but just made sure that the Foxes got their first win of the game, because they've had a really tough start to the season. They're not from 3.
Yeah, and they've been soundly beaten in those games as well, haven't they? But they might well be winning this one. There's Livingston to Kelly. It's driven back over Livingston's head. Green comes up to field. 100 for 3. I mentioned this before. They've actually got a good record here, Leicestershire. Lancashire just barely lose games of cricket in the group stages here. I think it's just 10 defeats in group matches in blast history for Lancashire here at Old Trafford.
It's a ridiculous stat, that, isn't it, when you think about how much cricket they play here.
And 3 of those are victories for Leicestershire.
Maybe they should change grounds.
It's Livingston to Turner. That's almost one that's got through.
That would have been a perfect time to get the wicket. I think Matty Hurst just missed out on the stump in that. The ball did turn past Ashton Turner.
100 for 3. Livingston bowls. Turner drives. Take a single down to Green.
It's a remarkable start, that, actually, when you think about it, isn't it? I heard Tommy Hartley speak in his post-match presentation after the win on Monday about how important it is for them to win here, because if you learn to win at home, you've won half your matches then, and suddenly you're really not far away from qualifying for that semi-final spot.
And bowls, but rather awkward for Kelly. And well, the umpire signalled a wide for that, I think. Yes, he did. Yeah.
There was quite a lot of discussion before he made his signal from both bowler and batter. I wonder if that might have just come off something. There was definitely a bit of turn or something out there that created a bit of confusion.
Balls, that's a great hit by Turner on the slog sweep. And into the stands for 6. Turner moves to 18, 109 for 3.
Well, that's the area that you can't bowl to a lot of players in T20 cricket, but you certainly can't bowl it to Ashton Turner. Clean hit into the vicinity of the new hotel.
Turner to 10, actually, 109 for 3. Cuts this one out through the offside for a single. You know, when you mentioned about how Lanky might go back and review his day and will he be happy with his performances? I think I might have to do something similar myself, because I've misread that stat.
Oh, right, okay. Well, if you say anything with enough conviction, people generally believe it.
Okay.
I did.
Livingston balls to Kelly. That's a single down the ground.
I was really analysing it in my head as well, saying, like, what an amazing stat that is. It's incredible.
So it's actually end of the over. That 14 gone, 111 for 3. So it's of the last 10 blast matches which Lancashire have lost here, 3 of those victories have come for Leicestershire Foxes.
So they've not lost 10 altogether here, no?
That dates back almost 10 years.
Yeah, they have had a lot of success here.
Those 10 games that they've lost. So yes, it's of the last 10 blast matches. So I've had a shocker there. I also called Chris Green Keaton Jennings.
Phoebe referred to the Leicestershire Foxes as Leicestershire Tigers. So
right, we've done well
all
between
had a good
us.
Night,
We've all done well.
Yeah.
We've done well there.
Let's not worry about it.
Where did Tigers come from?
Where what?
Where did Tigers come from? The rugby. Oh, it's the rugby team, right? It's the rugby.
They were 49 for 2 earlier.
111 for 3. 7 wickets remaining. Plenty of time to get these runs for the Foxes. It's played off the back foot into the offside, and there's 1 run, 112 for 3.
Phoebe Graham was talking earlier about Keaton Jennings has kind of had to show his cards early and used 3 of Saqib Mahmood's overs in the power play, but I wonder if we could have, or Keaton could have just got him to come back on now and try and affect the game. You take some wickets in an over from your strike bowler now and you've got a great chance of getting yourself back into the game, but Leicestershire only need 34 from 35, so the pressure isn't on them.
Turner on 11, waits for Balderson. Again, just a gentle single, really, kind of easy single, just nudged out towards the leg side. Green comes up to field. The score moves to 113 for 3. Yeah, of the bowlers remaining, Saqib Mahmood has 1 over left. Tom Hartley has 1 over left. And then Liam Livingston and Chris Green also have 1 over each left. Balderson into his 3rd. 113 for 3, so 33 to win from 34 balls. Balderson around the wicket, balls to Kelly. And it's fielded by Tom Aspinwall, who hasn't bowled
Yeah,
yet.
just thought about that. It's obviously either he's not fit to bowl or Keaton Jennings doesn't see pace on the ball as a good option. It surprised me because I see Aspinwall as a real strike bowler. I've seen him bowl some of the best Yorkers actually in T20 cricket, really consistently hitting, able to hit the boots.
113 for 3, Balderson to Kelly, to force the ball away. And Savage back onto his pad, just deflects back down the pitch. And there's no run. Captain Keaton Jennings having a natter to George Balderson. He wanders back to his bowling mark. Lancashire are stretched a bit, injury-wise. Jack Blatherwick's injury, which he picked up here on Monday, and he's had a bit of rotten luck as well, hasn't he, in the last few months?
There was a bit of hope in the warm-up, though. I did see Coughlin throw in and bowling a ball, as well as James Anderson.
This is run away down through backward point by Kelly for a single. Yeah, Coughlin, Anderson, Blatherwick, Wells, Singdale.
Wells, you don't really quite realise what a miss Wells is until you get to this part of the season, do you? Where he's an opening batter, can throw his leg spin down. But what it does do is create some incredible opportunities for the younger players, and maybe if everyone was fit, would we have seen Joe Moores this summer? I'm not too sure.
Final ball of the 15th over. Balderson to Turner. It's cut down towards Mahmood. Balderson collects his cap. End of the 15th over. Turner on 13, 115 for 3. 31 to win. 30 deliveries remaining. Good view on the balcony of the point. Watching the cricket. Kate's off. Thank you, Kate. Congratulations to Kate Cross and the Thunderside. Victory for their first win of the season in the Blast, of course. They're my biscuits, those, Kate. But you're welcome to have the biscuit. Is that what you want? Right, yes. Please, Kate, have the biscuit. The white chocolate cacao, you're sharing it. You're a star. 115 for 3. Phoebe's back alongside.
Yeah, Tom Hartley into the attack. Jennings needs to play his cards here. I'd have liked to see Mahmood bowling this over, really. The equation's 31 off 13. We need something special here to Lancashire.
There's Hartley's left arm spin. It's off the back foot by Turner. Picked up by short cover. Moore's fields, and there's no run. Yeah, we need to generate a bit of sense of jeopardy, don't we, at the minute? It appears the game is heading towards one conclusion. Hartley bowls. And again, fielded. This could be a run-out chance. Throw comes in towards the keeper. But they have managed to hustle through for one.
I think a direct hit would have caused some trouble there. But in the end, they managed to get the single. Lanky is really getting the crowd going, isn't he?
And they're loving it.
You
they're
can't.
loving it. He's playing to his audience.
There's no doubt about it.
116 for 3. 30 required. 28 balls left. Here's Hartley. Balls to Kelly, the reverse sweep. Out to deep square leg. McDermott fields.
He bowled that well, did Hartley. He saw him go for the reverse switch and just dragged it into the pitch and wider so that he wasn't able to hit through that.
Halfway through the over, something didn't feel right for Tom Hartley. He went in and then stops and comes back to his mark.
Does feel like something's bubbling.
Is it Turner? He goes on the reverse and he gets it over George Balderson. A terrific piece of batting that was. To engineer some runs and a boundary when it looked tricky to do.
Yeah, that was effortless, wasn't it, from Turner? Was just able to use the pace of that delivery to reverse switch, angle it wide of short third. It's a really smart piece of batting. The equation gets easier. 25 from 26.
Hartley balls, that's cut by Turner. Balderson scampering after it. And Turner moves on to 19. Leicestershire Foxes are putting in a performance here which, bearing in mind just how difficult their start has been, 3 defeats from 3, and let's be honest, they've been absolutely battered, haven't they, in a couple of those games. They've responded so far superbly here tonight.
I think that's why they've been so contained in the run chase. They haven't risked the wicket column. They've kept the equation as simple as possible.
Here's Hartley. Throws that one wide of off stump. And ignored by the batter. Taken by the keeper. 4 overs left. That's 24 deliveries to get 24 runs for the Leicestershire Foxes. And Kelly and Turner look pretty chilled out there. Don't look like they're under too much stress.
Yeah, I think
7 wickets remaining.
Kelly fancied the umpire giving that a wide then. But as it flirted with that tram line, the umpire was having none of it. I'd love to see Mahmood bowl this over. 4 overs left. Needs something special to change the dynamic of this game. We go to green. I just worry at this stage, the fact that Turner's set, ball spinning into his arc. He's a good bowler, is Green, but it feels like it's Turner's battle to win this.
Let's see how this over goes. There's Green then. Turner waits. Green over the wicket. Step to the leg side and chops it out through the offside. McDermott does the fielding. Tidying up for Lancashire by the boundary edge. 123 for 3.
But they've never got ahead of the rate. They've never tried to take on any overs of Leicestershire Foxes. They've been very steady, but with that, they've got 7 wickets in hand, which is a great place to be going into the last 4 overs and only needing 23 to win. That's where it gets very difficult for Lancs to defend.
22 from 26, says Green. Into Kelly, skipping down the pitch, going for a big hit. Blimey, that has gone a mile. Over the rope, over the fence. It's bouncing out towards where the wooden kind of benches are below the hotel. That's a big hit for 6, 129 for 3.
He's played that really nicely. He's advanced down the track. Full golf swing, isn't it? Extends out. That's going down the fairway and onto the green. Beautiful.
Speaking of which, how's it getting on the game?
Yeah, it's good. Played 9 last night with Kate, actually.
Nice.
It's good fun.
29 for 3 into Kelly, goes shuffling right back into the crease and then tries to guide it down towards third man. No run.
We joined someone that was playing the back 9. And I think with about 2 holes to go, he found out Kate was an international cricketer with 100 caps. Overwhelmed him slightly.
Kelly waits. Green's in. Driven through mid-on.
For some reason, I don't think he'll be listening to Lancs TV right now. Wasn't a big cricket fan, but was related somehow to Fairbrother, so there's always a cricket link,
there's
isn't
a
there?
connection somewhere.
But said, I'm so sorry, I should know you. And then Kate said, don't worry, I didn't know you before this game, Harry. It's good fun.
130 for 3, 16 to win, 20 balls left. They're cruising this at the minute. And such is the extent of that comfortable position. Turner just very calmly just taps the ball out through the offside and jogs through for 1. They don't need to do much more, but that 6 that was hit just a few moments ago was maybe a sign that if they could have, the victory's almost there, maybe try and do it quickly. Try and win with a bit of panache. 131 for 3. Final ball of the over. Green. It's his final ball of the night. Chris Green. And he's into to Kelly. Looks to reverse it. Has that one gone through? It has. It's bowled him. Oh, he enjoyed that, didn't he, Chris Green? Fist pump and the celebration. Claims a wicket with his final ball of the night. Green. Kelly's gone for 29. Foxes have lost their 4th wicket. Is there a bit of drama to come? 131 for 4.
Well, he's been waiting for that wicket for his T20 campaign as Chris Green. I think that celebration was purely out of frustration, but it adds a different dynamic to the game. Still a tough task in hand for Lancashire, but one more wicket to that wicket column. 131 for 4, 3 overs left. Star bowler Saqib Mahmood will be bowling his final over.
Yeah, he enjoyed that, didn't he, Chris Green?
We haven't actually seen Tom Aspinwall bowl today, have we?
No, we haven't. We were discussing that with Kate before, so well, maybe just not quite ready to bowl yet, potentially for Tom Aspinwall. I'm not sure. I'm obviously only kind of second guessing there, aren't we? But
either that or he's going to give him one of the crunch overs.
Goodness,
toes and nose, that's what he's known for, isn't he?
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Always got to be ready. That'll be the feedback from the cat. You've always got to be ready, even if you get the toughest over of the day as a bowler. You've meant to be ready. Oh, yeah. Get me into the game, captain.
Mahmood, who bowled a beautiful first over. He's in here now, bowling. Is that edged? It is, and it's taken by Matthew Hurst. A wonderful diving catch. Turner's gone for 21. Hang on. There's life in this game yet. 5 down, 131 for 5. 15 to win from 17.
What a diving catch from Hurst to his right. Brilliant delivery from Mahmood. It had to be Turner to change the dynamic of this game. And he's got the Australian overseas, Saqib Mahmood. Got some great shape off the ball there. Turner backed away to try and access the offside, and with that thick outside edge and a brilliant piece of work behind the stumps from Matty Hurst, just going to watch this back. I think we'll just sit back and admire.
Yeah, that's a fantastic diving catch, wasn't it? Leaping away to his right hand side. So Ben Cox take a beauty, didn't we, earlier on for Leicestershire behind the stumps, and just takes a smart catch there. Celebrates.
Shearer celebration, wasn't it?
It was.
One hand up.
Yeah, it was.
Off he goes. I wonder how long Shearer will trademark that for. I think it'll go through generations.
131 for 5. Ben Green's the new batter. Here's Mahmood. In and balls chipped to mid-wicket and gone. 2 in 2 for Saqib Mahmood. He's on a hat-trick. The Foxes lose their 6th wicket. Mahmood's on the march, and Lancashire are right back in the game.
Well, he's a game changer, is Saqib Mahmood, and he's come on and he's changed this game. 2 wickets in 2 balls. He's got Turner, he's got Green. The game all of a sudden is back in the mix, well and truly. And it's not just Lanky that's getting the crowd excited now.
No, but I think he should take credit in this, Lanky. I think he's the one that got everybody going again. Got the atmosphere back inside the ground.
He's getting them up again. He doesn't need to. Everyone's behind Saqib Mahmood now. Hat-trick ball. Simple catch at mid-wicket from Harry Singh.
Yeah, easy as you like that, wasn't it? Well, I saw Josh Davey on a hat-trick earlier on in the evening, but that hat-trick actually was the final 2 balls of the over, so we had to wait for his next over for his hat-trick ball. But Mahmood has a chance here. Liam Travaskis is the new batter, so 131 for 6, 15 to win, 16 balls left, but 3 quick wickets here. Has brought Lancashire right back in it. Mahmood, hat-trick ball for Lancashire. In from the stay the men, he's around the wicket and balls. Defended by Travaskis. Nudges the ball up towards mid-on where Livingston fields, but great response from the crowd as well.
So good seeing Saqib Mahmood bowling like he is, creating wickets, changing the game. This is why he wears the 3 lions on his chest. Such a brilliant impact bowler. Jennings had to bowl him 3 up front because of the low total that Lancashire had put forward, and he had to bowl him now to impact the game, and that he has done.
15 to win, 15 balls left. Mahmood back in. Travaskis off the back foot, punching to mid-off. These Lancashire players darting all over the place here trying to stop the ball. It was a tumbling effort from Singh, and it went straight to Green at mid-off. But another dot ball, so wicket, dot, dot. It's a gem of an over, this, from Saqib Mahmood, ending his 4 overs tonight where he started them. His first over was terrific, and he probably should have had a wicket. It was a very good LBW shout in that first over. Well, he's signing off in style.
Everyone coming together after that delivery just to figure out who should go out. It's only 4 fielders out of the ring at the moment.
15 to win, 14 balls left. Mahmood bowls again, turned out towards the leg side. Tom Hartley coming round from square leg to field. Travaskis gets a single, but the crowd are right in it now, aren't they? They were drifting a little bit at one stage. I think belief was slowly ebbing away, but they are right back involved in this match now. 1 ball left of the over, 14 to win, 13 balls remaining of the innings.
It's brought the game back in the mix. The cheering dot balls like the wickets. And there's lots of thought going into this final ball of the over. 5 fielders out now. Still squeezing tight at extra cover is Jennings. And at point 5 off the ring too.
Final ball of the over. Mahmood to Cox. That's clipped to mid-on. There's a run-out chance here if he hits. Throw comes in from Green. Misses the stumps. He hits Cox. I hope Cox is all right because that caught him flush. But I think he's all right. That was a sharp effort from Green to try and run Cox out, but he's survived. He's all right.
What an over from Mahmood. It's what the game needed. 2 wickets from it, 2 runs from it. But most importantly, the big wicket of Ashton Turner. That'd have really put the game on the head if that was a run out there from Chris Green. Direct hit would have had him. But 2 overs left. And it's Balderson and Livingston that both have bowled 3 with 1 over left.
Oh my goodness.
Will Livingston bowl the final over?
He's done that a few times for Lancashire Lightning down the years, including at finals day a season or 2 ago. He got quite a bit of advice there, George Balderson. He had Saqib Mahmood coming up for a word. He had Liam Livingston there. You got your skipper there as well. So 12 balls remaining, 13 to win it. 12 to tie. Do love a tie.
Well, they've gone at the run rate all game of Leicestershire Foxes, and this is where it puts them into a little bit of trouble.
Balderson to Cox, who's skipping down the pitch, a dot ball to begin with. The reaction from the crowd, brilliant.
I've never seen or heard a noise like it for a dot ball.
Wonderful.
They are behind the Lancashire Lightning, the Red Rose this evening. It's an awesome atmosphere.
13 to win, 11 balls remaining. Balderson Down the leg side to Cox. He wants it. He's got it. Caught down the leg side. Cox has gone. Hurst takes the catch. Balderson with his first wicket of the evening, bowling the penultimate over of the game and holding his nerve here, George Balderson. 133 for 7.
Well, the crowd are up and about now. Everyone on their feet. Balderson keeps the momentum of the game in Lancashire's half. Leicestershire Foxes 133 for 7 now. That was a huge wicket, just a tickle of the glove. That was enough. Umpire's hand goes up. Another Shearer celebration from Balderson. Oh, it's the double-hander, then the single-hander. He's done it all.
He enjoyed that, didn't he? Up they went. Great from Balderson.
I think the two hands was where he lost his cool, didn't he?
Look at Joe Moores as well in the background there. He was loving that.
What a game of cricket.
It's a terrific fight back from Lancashire Lightning here. 13 to win, 10 balls left, 7 down now. Holland up on his toes off the back foot, able just to work the ball out to square leg for a single. Gets off the mark as well. 134 for 7. Tom Aspinwall is warming up on the boundary down below us. He's not bowled in the match, hasn't bowled all season. Is he going to be asked to bowl the final over?
Make or break you that, couldn't it? He is brilliant at the death, but it would have been nice to see him get into the game a bit earlier, but
just give him one in the middle somewhere.
Tell you what, when you get the nod, you've just got to be ready.
We'll see if he gets the nod. He's come up now to inside the circle at third man. 12 to win, 9 balls left. He's in the air from Travaskis. Has he got enough to clear the man on the rope? Oh, it's a great catch! Liam Livingston, his heels almost kissing the rope, leaning back, takes a fabulous catch. A skyer from Travaskis. It's 2 wickets in the over. They're 8 down, 134 for 8, and they need 12 to win from 8 deliveries.
Cool as you like from Liam Livingston. On the rope. It looked like it was going to keep going that, but he held the rope, did Liam Livingston. A brilliant catch. And Balderson said, "You can do it, Mahmood." Well, guess what? Me too.
0 wicket, 1 wicket to back up that outstanding over from Saqib Mahmood previously. I mean, talk about the pressure on Balderson to send down this penultimate over. But what a response he's produced here. Went a mile in the air from Travaskis. He wasn't sure. Did it have enough? It did not. Livingston takes a really good catch right on the boundary. So 12 to win, 8 balls left. Here comes Balderson into Davey. That just worked off his hip. Out towards the leg side for 1 run. 135 for 8, 11 to win, 7 balls left.
Well, Kate Cross said at the start of the second half, you need to bowl this team out. And it didn't look. We're just watching this catch back from Livingston. Aerial when he caught it, wasn't he? Brilliant piece of work.
Cool as you like, wasn't it? Balderson to Holland. That's just tickled off his pads down to fine leg. That's a brilliant over from George Balderson. I mean, that is a fabulous over from Balderson. Also because of what it was following. Mahmood's over had dragged Lancashire back into it. Brilliant from Balderson. 6 balls left, 10 to win. And it will be Tom Aspinwall, who hasn't bowled all evening, hasn't bowled this season, to bowl the final over.
Oh, what a way to come back from injury. Not only are you going to bowl the last over of the game, but there's 11 to win. And Lancashire Lightning have just got themselves back into the game. A key part of their T20 campaign, this. And he's known for his death bowling, he's known for his nose and toes, but come on, Tom Aspinwall.
10 to win, 6 to go. In comes Aspinwall, balls, there's the scoop, over the keeper, down towards the boundary, it's gone for 4. Ian Holland scoops his first delivery of the over, down to the boundary below the pavilion, and it takes it to 6 to win from 5 deliveries.
Yeah, boundary early was going to change the dynamic here. He set up early. Aspinwall went for the Yorker and he was able to guide that up and over third. Just having a bit of a team meeting now to figure out plan of action.
It's a terrific shot from Holland. He's found a boundary for the Foxes under real pressure. 140 for 8, 6 to win, 5 balls left. Aspinwall in, balls, he looks for the same shot. And he's also wanting the wide. He gets neither. It's gone through to the keeper for a dot ball.
I love that from the umpire. So many times when the batters step across and then let it go, that the umpires give that wide. But actually, because Holland comes across his stumps, Aspinwall follows, and it's a good delivery. Dot ball.
4 balls remaining, 6 required to win. I wonder, Tom Aspinwall's breathing a bit. Into Holland, over the wicket, full and wide, and he gets bat on ball, counted out towards the offside. Moores fields, it's actually quite calm that from Moores, wasn't any sense of trying to throw it in and take the run out, just stop the ball without any overthrows.
Well, he comes across mature beyond his years. His knock today certainly was that. So many cricketers in that circumstance would see the run-out opportunity on, but actually stays cool. There's another meeting going on between Green, Jennings and Livingston. I think clarity in plan is so important here, and he's got all the time in the world. Fielding restrictions won't change now.
1-4-1 for 8, 5 to win, 3 balls left. In and balls, goes for the wide Yorker. Oh, and he's not got the delivery right. He's been slashed down towards the third boundary. 4 runs takes the Foxes within 1 run of victory. 145 for 8, 4 for Davey. He moves on to 5.
Well, it's a low full toss in the end. He went for the wide Yorker, third up in the ring. And it's a thick outside edge. Bit of fortune from Davey, who managed to get something on it, but changes the equation massively now. 1 from just 2 deliveries. Holland and Davey go to chat as well. Such a tough over for Aspinwall to come into the attack and bowl.
1 required to win, 2 balls left. Everyone's inside the circle apart from deep mid-wicket. Here's Aspinwall over the wicket, balls to Davey, driven down the ground, fielded by Green, but they've got through for 1. They've got through for the single to win the match. And they've held their nerve right at the end of the Leicestershire Foxes in what has turned out to be a terrific game of T20 cricket. They were coasting and cruising at one stage towards victory. Lancashire managed to fight back to bring a bit of jeopardy towards the back end of the game, but the Foxes held their nerve and have won this game by 2 wickets. Great finish, terrific T20 match in the end.
Yeah, what a game of cricket that was in the end there, and such a shame Lancashire weren't able to get over the line. Leicestershire Foxes had been on a losing run. They've lost 3 from the first 3 games, and it felt like they put themselves in a situation to lose 4 from 4. Zahid Mahmood's over that got 2 wickets, brought them back in the game, backed up by Balderson, who got 2 wickets as well. And then a really tough over for Aspinwall to bowl, who hasn't bowled in this game, was defending 11. And a really tough gig that for Tom Aspinwall, and a tough pill to swallow for Lancashire in the end. They got themselves into a position to win that game of cricket, so they'll feel more disappointment, but great fight, great comeback, and what a brilliant game of cricket.
As you say, Phoebe, it's a tough ask, isn't it, for Tom Aspinwall, who hasn't bowled in a competitive match this year. I think he played 1 second 11 game, but to ask him to bowl the final over. But as you say, I suppose you're going to be, if you're fit and you're able to bowl, then you're going to be ready. And it's a decision that I guess can either work and pay off, or it doesn't. It's obviously it left Liam Livingston with 1 over left.
Well, Livingston had been expensive. He'd gone at 11s, but he was in the game. Tom Aspinwall wasn't in the game, and that's a really, really tough ask for a bowler to come in fresh and bowl that last final over. It's hard coming into the game when you bowl the 15th, 16th, which they almost did. They got the game in a position to win, which will be the most disappointing part for Lancashire Lightning. But a great game of cricket just as the sun sets and we see a beautiful blue and pink skyline. But it is the Leicestershire Foxes who win that game of cricket.
It is, and enormous credit to the Foxes, because they've had a really tough start. I mean, 3 defeats from 3, and they've been battered and bruised in those first 3 games as well. So to come here and to win is a brilliant effort from the Leicestershire Foxes. Lancashire Lightning losing a rare defeat at home, as we mentioned before, but Leicestershire win here for a 4th time in the last decade. Got a handy habit of coming here with the Foxes and claiming T20 wins, and they've done it again tonight. That's how it's all shaped up this evening, with Lancashire making 145 for 9. Moores is brilliant, 55. Travaskis is 2 for 20. Davey 2 for 25 as well. So 146 was the target, and the Foxes got there, won by 2 wickets. Of course, had Lancashire got 1 more wicket, that would have won the match, because Sol Buddinger couldn't bat. So they were 1 wicket away from a victory, Lancashire Lightning, had they taken the 9th wicket. But Patel's 40 from 27, the heartbeat really of the run chase, set up nicely by Mike, who had a bit of a go at the top. 3 for 22 for Mahmood, a couple for bowlers, and both those bowlers bowled brilliantly to death. 1 for Green and 1 for Tom Hartley as well. Speaking of Sol Buddinger, let's hope that he makes a speedy recovery. That was a particularly unpleasant part of the game, and we wish him a speedy recovery on his return to action for the Foxes. And well, not to be, you can't win them all.
You can't. What a great game of cricket for the spectators as well. Just feels such a shame that Lancashire Lightning didn't get over the line there. They've well and truly brought themselves back into the game, only defending 11 off the final over. And to get those 4 wickets in the penultimate and pre-penultimate over was something else, really. You'd never seen a game of cricket turn on its head quite like it with such a low total. But yeah, tough ask from Tom Aspinwall. I think that'll be a decision that Jennings had to go with his gut at that stage of the game. You've got to trust your gut as a captain, and that's what his gut was telling him. So went with Aspinwall. It wasn't meant to be. A bit of unluck and fortune with that thick outside edge, but
they leave Emirates Old Trafford with the points in the bag. Thank you, Phoebe. Thanks to Kate Cross as ever. Kate and the Thunder team back in action on Sunday, this coming Sunday at Chelmsford, up against Essex in the Blast. That's an 11:30 start. You'll be able to follow coverage of that in the usual ways on Sunday. And as for Lancashire Lightning, back in action a week tonight. Me and you, Phoebe, across the Pennines for the Roses Clash. Can't wait, looking forward to it. That will be a 7 o'clock start next Friday. You'll be able to hear me and Phoebe on the BBC Sport website and app, and across BBC Radio Lancashire as well. But thank you for those who've been with us. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage across Lancs TV and across the BBC Sport. That's it from us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.